Hey, Ivory. Bet on time. Yeah. Date night. Oh, God. Nah, well, you got some of it right. I mean, there's a loaf of French bread, there's a lot of cheese, but there's something else. Hi, Michelle. No, it's actually something that my wife cooked for me. It's goulash, and yeah, can't wait. Jackknife. Everybody, please tap and share. Let's get as many people as we can in here. RTP should be here any minute. The old man. Ooh, salmon. I haven't had salmon in a while. Hmm. I think that might be Thursday. I think that might be for Thursday. Now that you remind me. Some salmon, asparagus. Yeah, that sounds good. Hoofy. Ooh, cedar plank. Oh, that must have tasted good. Mm, mm, mm. Ivory, where are you getting your similar? Are you getting it somewhere local or? Yes, yes, I am back. I went on mini vacation. It was amazing. Oh, hey, Jen.
And
How you
Jay's
doing?
blaming his dog right now. So
Hey, it's all right. Hey, I'm not blaming the dog.
no, I'm saying he's blaming the dog. So
Oh, that's a good excuse then.
that's
If
it.
it's a dog,
It's,
that's.
so yeah. Yeah. If you guys could tap the screen, I see a summer or saw a summertime in request. Are you opposition?
Mm, I don't know.
So he said he'll be here as soon as he takes care of his dog thing. So
Dogs are just perfect. I have five. I have four pit bulls and a little thing that weighs like 8 pounds, but thinks he's 150.
it works with the dogs.
No, actually, we're running on Jen's Wi-Fi. Jen's Wi-Fi is just amazing. So
Well, it's your mic is going like the volume's going up and down.
what the? I don't get it anymore. I swear. Jen, guess who we were? Me and Doug were on the live with last night, like late.
Oh, I saw.
Oh, that
Yeah,
was amazing.
yeah, I saw. I think he just wants to be controversial. I think it's like so.
Hey, Carrie. Yeah. Fucking. No, Ivory, he's not okay. He is not okay. Him and his damn greasy hair. Shit drives me fucking insane.
Now you've got like speakerphone mic.
Huh?
And your mic is like speakerphone.
God, you know
It's
what?
better. It's better.
I just can't please.
I mean, that's another. It sounds like another personal problem, Abner.
Wait,
That I
wait,
don't need
wait,
to hear
wait, wait,
about.
wait, wait, wait,
That sounds like
wait,
another personal problem that I don't need to hear
wait,
about.
wait, wait.
I mean, you keep doing this where you say things that I don't necessarily need the information on.
So, Charles. Um, yeah, yeah, that came out so wrong, Jen. Well, it's better than me. Yeah, yeah, that's for damn sure.
Charnay, if you're lagging, hop out and hop back in. The Wi-Fi's decent. So.
Ha! It's not my Wi-Fi. Beautiful. My goodness gracious. I would have laughed my ass off. What's up, Manu?
Last week you were in Barcelona? Or you just went there for
Yeah, I was
vacation?
there
Just
last week.
vacation?
Yeah. My son, I promised him.
All right, let's
He.
get those likes up. Let's get those shares up, huh?
Wow.
You're way too chipper right now. I'm not for that at all. Not even a
Wow.
little
Come
bit.
on, guys. We should be way higher than this 5.1K. Are you kidding me? Share this
Swear to
out to
God.
your favorite or least favorite Republican friend.
Okay.
Wow. Look at that. Well, good afternoon to you too, sir.
Coming in hot. How'd you like that?
Shit.
Now I'm getting sultry with it.
Yeah,
I gotta go. I feel like
Jen?
I feel like I'm gonna be sick.
Good evening, Jen.
It's like I can't.
What's going on? Yeah, it doesn't feel good when people greet you in a way that you don't like, does it?
You're annoying.
So uncomfortable, huh?
What's new, Jen?
Jen, you look good. You've been working out lately? Oh, no.
I swear to God, I will kick you both.
Well, hold on, but you can only kick me off of one account, so.
I mean, I'm cranky right now, so.
Forever young. I want to be forever young.
Forever young.
If you guys are opposition to RTP,
how could you be?
Request.
How could you be?
I am currently at this moment. I'm definitely opposition. So, all right, bye.
Love you.
Bye.
I'm gonna get kicked.
Oh man.
Look at that, Amir. If somebody comes in here, they can be between us.
Oh.
It's like an Admir and RTP sandwich.
All right. I mean, hey.
Where are you at, man? You on the road?
No, I'm actually just down the road from the house.
You on the road?
No, I'm actually just down the road from the house.
Of course you are.
Something. One of my. His name is Backhoe, and for a cookie, this dog will dig you up a whole yard. And so
For a cookie, you
we're
said?
down here. Yeah, for a cookie, for a dog cookie. You've never seen a dog cookie?
You seem like a. I know what you mean, but this sounds like it's just describing you. Are you the dog, and do you have a backhoe? Did
Let's
you
just
eat your
leave that
neighbor's
alone.
yard? Be honest. Did you eat your neighbor's yard?
No, but he does got beautiful plums.
Did you say plums? Feel it in my plums.
Ben, how you been, man? I really missed it last week, man. I was like, yeah, we're gonna do this, and then my wife's like, you better not go live while we're on vacation. I'm like, wow.
You thought you were going to go live on vacation?
Yeah, I would have done it, but my wife's like, yeah, okay. Yeah,
That's
we're not gonna
bold.
do
That's
that.
bold, man. that's really bold. I applaud.
No, I was really gonna go live in it because we were downtown Barcelona and
Now that's in
I remember
Missouri somewhere.
what?
I'm just kidding. You were overseas and
Missouri?
you were trying to hop on TikTok while you're.
I really was, bro. I really was. I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna turn on my camera and just show the cathedrals and all of that stuff. And my
That would've
wife
been
is
good.
like, yeah. And my wife is like, listen, go ahead. I dare you. I'm like, fuck.
They do never take that dare. You're not supposed to.
No.
I know that rule,
Yeah, no. Are you crazy?
bro.
Are you crazy?
Bro.
Whose legs are those?
Those are your legs. Oh, those are Jen's legs.
That's
Hey, Jen.
Hey, what's up, Jen?
It's gonna be so bad. Get some sun, Jen.
Golly, you're in Cali. Shit.
Shut up. No, I'm tasty as shit. We know this.
You have. I think you. I want to congratulate you on really changing. So I think you changed somebody's life 2 weeks ago. Do you know who I'm talking about? And I think you made them a better person.
I have an idea, but
Who do you think it is?
well, the ones that I was really helping out is JT. He's a kid from Alaska.
Wrong.
I mean,
It's
kind of.
Pops. Wrong. It's Pops.
Oh,
When
Pops.
you told Pops that he dog walked me, and then I told Pops that he dog walked me. This dude, I swear to I've seen him in like 3 lives. He's fact checking shit now. He's doing research on his own now. All he needed was a little boost. And I keep hearing him say things that are correct. And I'm like, God damn, Pops, check you out.
Yeah, I know. Well,
Pops a year.
oh man. Well, we were on fuck somebody's live, and man, anybody that brought up.
In like a year.
Oh man. Well, anybody that's not. I'm like, who the hell? Yeah, go Pops, get him.
He's skeptical now. I think that's all you're doing. I think you did that.
Yeah. Well, him and I, man, golly, for such an old man, he is.
He's got some fire.
He does, man. I talked to him. Was it last night? No, the night before. And I was like, "So, what's up, Pops?" I said, this big beautiful bill. Fuck that! I didn't vote for this shit. I said, "What's up, Pops? What do you mean? Explain. Run it down for me." He goes, "Remember when we were talking about that overtime?" I said, "Yeah. Remember when I told you what are the qualifications?" Yeah, man. But fuck that. People need to read that thing. I was like, "Yeah, they do." Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's up, Chris? I said, "Yeah, we do. We do." And then Bushmaster comes in. You guys are lying. You guys are lying. Yeah, immediately, bro.
Call that boy showstopper.
Everything was going good, and then Bushmaster comes in, and he's like, "I work 84 hours a week for the last 13 years." I said, "Yeah, and you do not qualify." "Yes, I do." So
That's a terrible Bushmaster. That's a terrible impression.
It is.
Yeah, I like Bushmaster because Bushmaster like stays on a panel long enough to get kicked or to rage quit, and there's no in between. There's never any.
Yeah.
Well, I got to get going tonight, guys. It was good talking to you. He either rage quits or he gets thrown off the panel. I appreciate his energy.
I did too, man. For such a short man, I thought I was short, but man, listen, I can finally say, you know what? There's somebody shorter than me. So fuck you, Bushmaster.
That other dude that's been around, it's like a American something podcast.
Oh my God, bro. That
He's
dude
he's a
is-
he's a short king too. I didn't when I did the Jubilee thing, the episode he was on shot right before me, so I saw him.
He went on Jubilee? Jubilee?
Yeah, it wasn't. I don't want. It wasn't good. It wasn't good for him. It wasn't good. But I saw him after, and I thought it, like somebody had like brought their kid. Like he was small.
Did he need
No
a BP
no
too?
disrespect, but like he just like he's short, and that's fine. I'm not judging, but like he brings that short king energy. Like he came in a suit. Everybody's just dressed fucking normal. He was in a suit for some reason with like a pocket square, like a matching pocket square. Meanwhile, I showed up in a hoodie. I was like, he was the first person I saw, and I was worried I was underdressed. And then I saw everybody else. I was like, oh, never mind, we're good.
Well, it was funny because
We're good.
he was talking about it, and then he said that he's running, and I was like, running for what, bro? Like, what exactly are you running?
Large bugs, probably.
Every time I would
Big
hold
moths.
him to it, that are taller than him.
Birds of prey.
You know, because I was like, well, show your source. I don't need to show my source. Show your source.
I saw
don't
it when
need
he was in his car, and then you showed you driving the car. I was like, you fucking idiot.
This motherfucker, man. I know he just didn't say
That
that.
was the no fault divorce thing, right? He doesn't.
Yeah,
He thinks that no. Yeah.
Why do you? It's like, God damn it. Why do you do that? But Pops was coming after him, bro. Pops
He
was
doesn't like
coming
him.
after- No, at all.
Boy, that guy's growing up.
All. Well, Pops is now that it's affecting his pockets, he's pissed.
Bro, you gotta stop. You gotta talk directly into the microphone.
I
Are
do.
you spinning in circles? It sounds like
No.
this is what it sounds like talking to you. Yeah, man, Pops. Yeah, and then he's getting a little crazy there, and then Pops goes into his next segment. Sounds like you're just spinning in a circle.
No, I'm just sitting here. I'm waiting for my goulash.
I don't know. I don't know what goulash is. What is that?
Well,
Is that Indian food? What's goulash?
No. So there's different kinds of pork, and like she'll put deer.
Hungarian.
Yeah, some people do say that it is Hungarian. I mean, I don't doubt it.
Google also says that.
Is it?
Yeah, so they say is a stew or soup of meat and vegetables seasoned with spices, particularly says that.
Is it?
Soup of meat and vegetables seasoned with spices, particularly paprika. It is considered the national dish of Hungary.
Oh, okay.
Which is weird because I'm looking at it. It seems like you wouldn't be hungry after eating it. That's interesting.
No, but what my wife does is she'll make like homemade mashed potatoes and pasta, and so I'll mix all of that together. Whoa! I can't wait.
You mix it like with spaghetti? Like you throw some spaghetti in there?
No, not spaghetti, but those, what are they called? The little, like an inch pasta. I can't remember what they're called. But you'll see.
Big. I
Yeah.
call that big. Just big pasta.
Yeah, and thick.
I think you call that a chode. I can't remember what that's called.
What the fuck? Yeah, penne. Yeah, penne.
Penne?
Yeah, that's
Oh, penne. That's how you described penne. It's a good for the chat. They got that. It's really good.
Yeah, it's, and so, yeah, I mix both of them, and then I'll have you'll see, like a whole loaf of bread. And yeah, bro, I can't wait.
I'm looking at pictures of it now. I think the southern goulash. I'm liking the look of that. It's got like some the Holy Trinity in there. Maybe some spicy sausage. I like that. It's almost like jambalaya, except for well, no, this is like jambalaya, but it's got elbow macaroni. They're calling this a southern goulash.
Oh, really?
That's what it looks like on the Google. just get hungry.
Fuck.
You gonna be all right, man?
If you ever end up going to like Spain, bro, God,
You're out of breath, man. Get it together.
no,
What's going on?
listen, bro, you don't understand. Like the food, just amazing. It's like the meats and like the caramelization and
Are you gonna come? What's going on? I think
no,
maybe you did.
man, listen, that's
You gotta stop that. You gotta stop.
I'm saying, bro, it is amazing.
I'm looking at this Southern. I think I can do this.
Okay. Have you ever made roux?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You know how to cook?
Oh, I love cooking. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Then, yep, Arizona. Here I come.
Yeah. I got my Dutch oven. It's all seasoned. It's ready to go.
Oh man.
I'm gonna make you're gonna come again. Jesus. Gross.
Oh, bro.
You're a
I
mess.
just love food, bro. I love food. I do. I really enjoy food.
I don't know if I don't know. You talk really kindly about your wife. You talk. Are you this sensual with your wife?
Oh, of course.
All right.
Yeah, yeah, I do. But the food is on another level, dude. There's difference.
Do you guys do you include a lot of like food in your like role play fantasies? Is there?
I mean, we don't take out freaking spaghetti.
Is there
I mean, we don't take.
spaghetti?
Well, I mean, I mean, listen. Well, I don't want to freak people out, but
Do you usually
some.
bring like a loaf of bread for a snack after? Is there just a loaf of freshly
I-
baked bread next to the bed?
Listen. So what you do is right before you get. Listen. So what you do is right before you get a loaf of bread, slice it in half, right,
Okay.
and then you put some garlic on top. Yeah, and then you kind of like, bro. All right, let's
Do you
move
look directly at the garlic bread as you finish? Is that how you do that?
No. Let's just move
No.
on. This, yeah.
Getting into cigarettes. This is such a crazy way to act about food. That's a good question. Somebody said, "Have you ever stepped out on your wife with a steak?" That's a good question, Clay.
I've actually, I mean,
Cause problems in your marriage. Like
I mean,
disputes cause problems in your marriage.
all the time with my wife. My wife wants me to go on freaking diet. She thinks I'm losing it, and she thinks I'm gaining a lot of weight. I am 5'5.5" at about 217. So I look like my body fat is like 13%.
I think listen, brother, it's a lot higher than 13. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but at 5'5", 217, it's more than 13. It just is. 13 is pretty healthy, I think. Isn't that like a pretty? That's a really, brother. That's a really healthy percentage.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it also has to do with your body and But yeah, 13. They say
I guess I'm
11
thinking of
15 is
BMI.
pretty good. TMI. Who said TMI?
No, I said I'm thinking of BMI, which is body mass index.
Yeah.
I don't know about 13%. Yeah, that's like an NFL running back. That's like Donald Trump fit. DK Metcalf, LeBron James, Donald Trump.
You are a 49ers fan? Is that?
Bang bang baby, bang bang Niner gang. Those are my boys.
Wow. I mean, listen. I mean, the young quarterback. What's his name?
Brock.
Brock.
We call him
Yeah.
Big Cock Brock.
Hey, listen, bro. He is a beast. He is beast.
He's from Arizona.
Yeah, he went to No, I still think my Broncos are going to take AFC this year.
Okay.
Something funny.
How are they going to do that? Did they get a whole bunch of new players?
Yeah.
Who'd they get? Did they get a new whole new squad?
I would say, well, the O-line, new quarterback, bunch of. I would say
when I go to ESPN and I go to the NFL page,
bunch of. I would say
when I go to ESPN and I go to the NFL page and I click on the Denver Broncos, you know what the first story is? The first story is about the Oklahoma City Thunder. That's not a good sign for you.
Jesus.
And then the next part is who else is on the Chiefs level. You got to go down winning the offseason.
Whatever, bro. Let's just.
Just so you think Bo Nix is everything, huh? We're gonna do that.
I think. Well, listen. He's not on Purdy's level, but I think if he's protected like he was last year, I think this kid has potential to really do good things. I don't put him in nowhere near Purdy's level. I think Purdy is a.
There's like 8 quarterbacks better than Purdy, and like 6 of them are in the AFC. How are you gonna win the AFC? You got to beat Patrick Mahomes.
Wow,
he could have beat Josh Allen.
He already beat him.
When?
Last year.
Well, not in the playoffs because I don't think you guys made the playoffs, right?
No.
Yeah, I mean that's really what matters. The playoffs is important.
Oh, I mean, listen, it's all right. You never know.
This is better than Purdy. These folks need to get out of here.
Oh, Knicks is better. No, come on.
Out of here with that.
Listen, I'm a diehard Bronco fan, and they're not even on the same level. Purdy is just an amazing player, man.
He's adorable. He's got that little baby face.
Yeah.
He's going to turn 40 and still look 22.
Yeah, like Tom Brady and shit.
Yeah, so hopefully he doesn't like make out with his kids on camera. You guys remember that when Tom Brady long kissed his kid on camera? That was weird. I don't know why. I don't know why that wasn't a bigger deal. That was very strange.
Yeah, that was right. Yeah, wow, I forgot about that. Holy shit. Okay, yeah, I forgot about that. Totally.
Yeah. He's like, I'm on TV. What am I going to do? I'm going to long kiss me on the mouth for a while I'm shirtless and some other dude's just rubbing on me. It's weird.
Wow.
You can do what you want when you go. What am I going to do? It's weird.
Wow.
You can do what you want. What? Even if that's your family, like that poor kid, when he went to school, all of his friends are like, hey, dude.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, even if that's your family, like that poor kid, when he went to that question in front of all of his friends, that's devastating.
Yeah, that would have been a little bit awkward. But I mean, Giselle is his mother, so. I'll just reserve that for the hour. For the after.
Just breathe heavily into the microphone about things that you like.
Oh shit, Janice. Okay. Okay. How do
There's a girl here?
I can't.
Because you're closed-minded. Probably because she blocked you. Janae, did you block admin? Did you block admin?
I blocked both of you guys. What's up?
Oh shit.
What's up? I hear that you guys are talking about us.
What? Because you're closed-minded?
No, I don't know who it was that said. They came into our live and said that you guys are talking about us. So I'm just here. They said that Edmir is talking about you guys.
I said that you had athlete's foot. That's what we were talking. If we're being honest,
I really
rumor that
don't
you have
care.
athlete's foot.
Good. You can start any rumor you want, RTP. I don't really care. So what were you guys talking about? I mean, be honest.
We were talking about.
We didn't even mention you. I didn't even know what the
athlete's foot. That's what I said.
Why would this person say that, Edmir? Thought we had a deal.
Who's the person?
Buddy.
Yeah, so
I don't want to put the person. I don't want to put the person on the spot. I don't even think I know the person, to be honest with you.
I like your new profile picture.
Thanks.
Yeah,
so why were you talking about us?
You didn't come up at all. They didn't.
Yeah.
We haven't
Your
said a
name,
word.
I can
We haven't
replay
said a
this
word
whole
about
live,
you,
Janae. We
Janae.
didn't. Yeah, we were talking. Yeah, so put in.
I don't want
So
to
We haven't
replay
said a
this
word
whole
about
live,
you,
Janae. We
Janae.
didn't. Yeah, we were.
going over. Yeah, no, I said me and Stacy at the beginning.
Listen.
Stacy and I.
Listen. Nobody.
No, I'm
listen.
dead serious. I wouldn't have
does
come in
that.
here. Trust
Do me a
me.
favor.
I would have never come in here. And yes,
How many people are in that live right now?
Here, listen, Janae, let me solve this for you. We have this on YouTube. We have this entire live on YouTube. You can go watch it from the beginning.
oh,
We
I
didn't come
don't.
up once.
No. I know. I'm just asking. I'm asking Admir. That's all. It's not a big
Yeah,
deal.
nobody said your name.
I might start talking about you. I might spend the rest of the time talking
You
about
should.
you, Stacey.
By the way, you should.
Why?
I don't
on
know.
it.
I don't really care. I'm
seems
just
like you
up here
care a little
because.
bit.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
It's just, you know what? Admir
What?
knows we have a deal. And when I heard my name, I thought, all right, I'll just go in and check him out and see what's going on. That's all.
What's your guys'
It's crazy.
deal? Is this like if you're both unmarried in 20 years?
No, stop it.
What kind of deal is it?
Listen,
No.
I mean, Janae is kind
No.
of thick and shit. I like thick women. No, I'm just
No.
No, Janae and I have a deal.
I'm not thick.
We said.
Admir.
Yeah, I know it was a joke. No, her and I have a deal. She does her own thing. I do my own thing. We don't say shit about one another. So far, it's been working. I don't know why people always want to do this side bullshit.
I agree.
You know,
Okay,
that's,
I'll concede. I apologize.
I'm still going to tell
No,
people you have athlete's foot, though.
I don't care. I really don't.
Janae, you have athlete's foot?
No,
It's
I
bad,
don't.
too. It's a really bad case.
No.
Like, what
I
about
actually have cute feet.
What about big toe? Oh, you have cute toe? Can you show it?
No, I have a cute toe. No, I don't. No, I wouldn't say my feet are cute, but they're nice. I mean, they're all manicured.
Turn on your camera.
No, I'm not doing that. Sorry.
Why?
I'm too tired because I'm in Days Life right now. I don't want to be here talking to you
Why?
guys.
You just-
I know, and I'm leaving though.
Well, why are you
So-
leaving? I mean,
it's
listen,
all good.
I'm getting my goulash ready and stuff, and I can watch your feet and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
No.
Jesus.
I'm just saying, if you have pretty feet, why not?
You want
I-
to do what you want to do is you want to do like a foot soak with like tea tree oil. You can even
I
put
do
in
everything once a week. Trust and believe.
You can put in like a little bit of hydrogen peroxide, and a lot of
Oh
times that'll
my
take
gosh.
care
Oh,
of
you're
it.
talking about
Athlete's foot, yeah, that'll take care of it.
I've never had that, by the way. I'm actually very blessed. I don't have those kind of, when women like Shay, she just came in. That's the reason why I said that.
Jesus
She probably has foot fungus coming out of her teeth. Anyway, when some
Why'd she
women
block me?
when they take their shoes off,
I don't
you
know.
can automatically
She loves you,
smell.
RTP.
Not me. Uh-oh, what happened to RTP?
Whoa, what happened?
Where'd he go? Oh, I'm leaving. I don't want to get.
no.
I don't want someone to.
No, nobody's gonna report you. No, but
I don't
listen,
need
you and I had a deal. I don't talk about you.
Like I said,
you know what
I
I mean?
apologize. I apologize.
Where's Chad? What happened?
I don't know. Someone came in. I'll find out who
No,
that
that was
person
my
is.
bad. I was getting some Tinactin. We're good.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, but Janae, seriously, if you would like, you can turn on the camera and show your feet. I have my, hold on a second. I have my goulash almost ready. Actually, I have it in my hand. So,
No, I'm good. Thank you, though, Admir.
sure.
Okay.
So, and I mean, and whoever this person was, I mean, I'm hoping that you can, do
I will.
what you do.
I will. I'll go back
and
and
all
let
that.
them know never to do that because I do trust you guys saying that. And I didn't come in hot. It's just I came in and said hi. And if you guys are going to talk about us, invite us. See, what happens
You're
is
always invited.
Thanks. Zeus's crowd and all them, they like to talk behind our back and not invite us. It's weird. It's really weird.
Sounds
Because
like
I'll
beef.
tell you right now, I don't talk about the hoe. Don't need to.
Who's the hoe?
Shay.
Yeah, who's the hoe?
Oh, Shay's a
do
hoe.
that.
I didn't know that
She's a
about Shay.
hoe with Mo. That's all I have to say. And she's a racist, by the way.
do that.
Oh,
She's a
no.
racist.
Yeah, she is. She called Maud on your live, Mr. Edmere, a flying
live?
monkey. I showed it to you. Don't act like you don't
Admir.
know.
What?
It's pretty sad. Yeah.
Admir's
I have
changed.
it.
He's better
I'll
now.
send it to
Hold on,
you.
time out. What?
She called Maud a flying monkey. Yes, she did. And she admitted to it. And I sent it to you. Weird that you didn't watch it.
And this happened on my live?
And that's your girl. She's racist as fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway,
Janae, do you
have
really
a great day. I'll send it to
say
you.
something.
I'll send it
No,
to
hold on,
you.
just about, I mean, since you brought this up, I mean, do you normally, because I got my goulash and all, I was gonna stay
Oh
calm,
my
but
God, you and your goulash, just
hold
eat
on.
it already, Admir.
I know, but
He
do
likes
you
to take his
really,
time. This is foreplay.
but do you really want to do this? Because if you're gonna call her racist, then
Oh,
don't you kind of have
she
to?
calls me racist
Then don't
every
you have to?
day. No,
But you
and
did. But
I already apologized for that, Amir. Kind of like what you apologized for calling, a lot of BLK
yeah,
people stupid or
yeah, that
something
was
like that. Okay, but
Jerry.
I don't. Hold on.
Jerry.
Do I bring that up for you with you? Not at all, and I never would. But this
yeah.
lady seems to have my name in her mouth 24/7.
Okay,
That's why. That's
so
all. There's a
okay,
big difference. This happened
okay.
6 months ago. Why keep bringing it up?
But
I'm
you just brought
done.
it up.
I apologize for what I did
I
back in
understand,
the
but you
day,
you
six
just brought
months
it up.
ago. Oh no, because she's down in the comments. That's why.
It's okay. So
So
listen,
it's all good.
listen. Okay, hold on, Janae, just real quick. Listen, me and Jay will go on mute, right? Well, I mean RTP. We'll go on mute.
Oh no, I'm not
Have you ever
talking to her.
spoken to Shay?
No, I've asked her to come over to my live so we can squash this. So that honestly, we could do kind of like the same situation that you and I have. She has yet to come over. But
Okay,
yet,
but
every single day, I'm hearing the same thing about Janae. It's crazy. She's obsessed. I mean, just
Sounds like it.
come to my live and we can talk, girl. We can talk.
why does it have to be on your live? Are you trying to just get
No,
the
not at
viewers,
all.
or I mean, what?
No, I'm not like that, Admir. I can give a shit. Don't do that. I
No, I'm just
gift
asking. Why does it
everybody.
have to
Don't
be on
ever
yours?
ask
Why
that.
do, I
Because
know,
I
but why
don't
does
want
it
to
have to
come
be
on
on
someone
yours?
else's live. I don't want to do that, Admir. Because I know the people that are going to come into my live aren't going to say the kind of shit that these comments are coming across right now. Not one person
Who
would
cares
be
about
as
the comments?
rude.
Talk
No, but
to
I
us.
do. I do. That's the thing. And I don't want these comments. So I'm good. That if she
Okay.
wants, we can shut this down in seconds. Meaning I will never say one word about her. She does the same with me. We're good.
Wait, I've got
Kind of
one.
like,
I have a
kind of
question.
like you and I did, Admir.
I have a
And
question.
and we're good, right, Admir? Because I haven't said anything about you.
Wait, I've got a question.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. See?
Is it though? Is it too late? Can we stop this? This is
Oh,
crazy.
you mean with her?
I feel like
No.
grown-ups on TikTok need to stop talking about beef. This isn't real life. This is
No,
silly
it is,
business.
and I agree.
This is silly.
I agree. RTP, listen, you're talking to the person that doesn't want any drama.
You're the one here creating all the
No,
drama.
oh
We were
no,
talking
I
about
haven't
food.
created. No.
Hey, Janae,
I came in and I
This
apologize.
is a good time for some self-reflection. I think maybe everybody's taking
Goodbye.
themselves a little too
Have a
seriously.
great day.
Boom! Tough action.
Janae, where are you going? Stop. Oh, damn it.
It's good to see everybody.
Why
What
is
are you wearing? Are you going on safari? What are you doing right now? You look like you're about to scalp some tickets in this outfit.
I was really enjoying about to eat my
Right.
goulash
So what
and
we're trying to do is get some debates. So if
thought that
you
was a
have
good
your
debate.
opposition to RTP, send a request and actually let's do a debate.
I thought that was a good debate whether or not she had athlete's foot. I'm unconvinced.
my what? So when you say athlete's feet,
Well,
what exactly are you?
isn't this like the second or third time she's done that? Someone's just going in there and trolling her and telling her that you're talking shit.
Whoever did that's pretty funny, honestly. That's pretty funny.
That's. And I didn't. So her text came up, but I didn't really. I should have known something was up when I seen Janae's number come up.
What's going on with your mic now? Where is your mic? Can we see your microphone? It just cuts in and out. Oh, why don't you have... Oh, it's on your ear? Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. I mean that's a little bit weird, but oh man, just
You're gonna make it.
uh, I don't understand that. I really don't.
I thought it was funny.
Uh,
That's the second time that's happened. Where it's like on one of our nights, she came in and said we were talking shit. She didn't answer. Why'd I get blocked? She didn't even tell me that. Now I feel like I'm being bullied.
Hold on, you're right because she came in and then Stacy followed, right?
Yeah, maybe it was Stacy that came in. I can't remember. One of them came in once before.
Shit,
Shit, we're saying
right.
they're going to come back now. Oh no.
Oh, fuck. God damn it. Oh, man. That was definitely interesting.
Well, shit. Are we just going to go back to back weeks with no opposition, huh?
That's crazy. They want to yap all over, but as soon as we have these nights, they don't want to come up. Is it me?
I don't think it's you. I do think it's me.
You think so?
Yeah, I think like there's two different groups of Republicans. There's the Republicans that are like just kind of on TikTok and who don't run in packs, and then there's the groups that run in packs. And the groups that run in packs, like they've all been handled. They're not doing this anymore. They're hanging out in their own spot.
Well, I mean, listen, I don't have what Janae and Stacy. We had our differences. We squash it, but it's always the side, and I'll say that it's always the side bitches that wanna run.
What's that?
Well, it's always the side bitches. Like, listen, you say what you want. I give Stacy respect because she's not the one to. She doesn't like this. Janae is a whole different ballgame. Janae is a whole different ball. Stacy is the one that she'll have a conversation. She'll be respectful. You know what I mean? At least dealing with me. But just like now, you had somebody run up to her and say, "Hey, Admiral," and they're in the live talking about you, and then you saw what happened.
This is crazy. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like 50% of what you say, we don't hear. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It's weird. I don't know if it's your hands getting in the way.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we, there's like
Can you hear
330
me better
people.
now?
Yes.
Is that regardless of whoever had experience, out of that whole group, and I've said this many times, Stacy is the only one that you can have a conversation, that you can debate, whether you say that she can't debate and all, but she will have respectful conversation. Everybody else, garbage. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. It's like they're gonna. That's why I say these side bitches. They'll run up to Janae and say, "Hey, I'm
Bystander,
sorry."
are you opposition? Hold on, Admir. Active bystander, are you opposition to RTP? If you're not, hop out of request. If you are, stay in and watch up.
Listen, whatever you want to say, Stacy doesn't like facts and all that, then just do what you do. Call her out and say, hey, no, I want to debate, but, it is what it is. And I don't think, when they say the alligator, you know what, Jay, what is this? When I came back, I heard about this alligator Alcatraz. What is that? What the hell is going on with that?
There's just an abandoned airstrip in Florida, like in the Everglades, where Ron DeSantis has decided to build a concentration camp and make a bunch of money for the state of Florida because they don't want to tax people. So I can't remember what the total number was. I think it's like, it might be like more than $200 a day or something they get per immigrant that is stationed there. So it's just these like tents with bunk beds. And that's where they'll house immigrants during their deportation process. And it's in the Everglades. So like, I don't know why they're doing this. Like this is the part that's kind of funny is that like it's not like we have a problem with a bunch of people running away from detention centers, and so we have to put them in secluded areas where they might get eaten by an alligator. This is just like a Republican wet dream where an immigrant gets eaten by an alligator. And so they're all talking about this like it's so cool that there's alligators around. Even I'm looking at a picture right now that Nancy Mace reposted. It said it's beautiful, and they have legitimately like photoshopped in alligators in the water around it. There's alligators circling it. It's the weirdest thing. They want immigrants to die. They want immigrants to be treated as poorly as possible, and so they're all like beating off to this idea of a concentration camp, which is fucking weird for a bunch of Christians to do.
Oh, fuck, don't say that word.
Christians?
Or beating off because you said weirder shit, so.
It's true. We're supposed to get our live access back tomorrow, so we'll see if I can screw that up today.
Yeah, I mean, it's just wow. Funny because we landed in Toronto, and somebody said some alligator Alcatraz, and I didn't understand. I thought it was a joke.
I mean, it is a joke. It's kind of, it's so weird, man. This is such this is like a QAnon wet dream. That's what MAGA's doing right now. None of this stuff is good for anybody. There's nothing Donald Trump is doing that is helping anybody at all. Social fights that Republicans have been fighting forever. And so no matter what Trump does, they're just like, that's a win. Like if Trump went and took a dump in the middle of the Oval Office and put it up on True Social, and and Democrats were like, he's taking a shit in the Oval Office, Republicans would be like, oh, owning the libs again. There's nothing. This is all just. It's just like whatever this dude does, they love it. It doesn't matter how stupid it is. It doesn't matter that this is going to cost us a fortune. It doesn't matter that this is going to run up the deficit. It doesn't matter that we decided to take the budget from ICE from $2 billion to 45 billion and have them like operate in the least effect for nothing. MAGA legitimately stands for nothing. They just wake up every day and they get told what to do. And you can't have on spending, on taxation, on freedom of speech, on freedom of religion, everything they claim that they care about, they're actively suppressing. This is not a serious movement anymore. It's just an embarrassment to this country, and we're at the stage now where we have to let these fascist morons do what they're going to do. And I'm just at the point now where I hope they fuck it up quicker, sooner than later, so that we can get on with fixing this nightmare that they're going to leave us.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I don't even know what to say, man. Like today, I seen and I thought it was a joke, but then it's a real thing. This whole perfume cologne that
Yeah.
they're selling.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, I sat there for like 30 minutes trying to grasp this thing, and I'm like, did this like really come out? Is this really coming up? I'm like, what the coming up? I'm like, what the is going on, man?
Yeah, we can spend 4 years investigating Joe Biden's kid for taking money from legitimate businesses that were overseas, and he probably got that money just because of who his name was. And we had to hear about that like it was the biggest thing in the world. And then the Trump administration comes in, just everybody is making money off of this. RFK is hawking supplements in the Oval Office. Trump is selling merch everywhere he goes. He's running a crypto scam. He's promoting a crypto scam. He hosted a crypto fundraiser where he made 40. Did you know 40% of his net worth has been created since he took office? 40%.
Yeah, I did read about that today. Yeah. I did read about that today.
I mean, for any of them to act like they have especially the people on this app. I know that there's Republicans out there who just like, they don't really pay attention. They're just kind of like, they catch things and then they vote and then they go about their life. But the people on this app who are like actively MAGA, I'm so tired of them pretending they have morals, pretending they have principles. They have abandoned every moral and principle they have while talking about morality. The only time they ever seem to like talk about morals is when they're talking about like that live you were on the other day. They're like, should women be allowed to get divorces? They're like, divorces? They're like, that's it. That's their morals. These are some of the most like uniquely bad people in this country. And the people that were just, first it was cool, like become devastating now, where his dad is telling his kids like, I don't love you, fuck you, all the time.
Oh man, yeah, that was oof. Man, it feels like I'm just living in a like a, I don't even want to say a dream. It's like, did we really get to this point where the president of the United States is basically selling to benefit him? Now, I can understand if he's doing something, selling it, and then he's donating all of that proceeds to some kind of charity and all that. But the dude is literally selling iPhones. I mean, iPhones, whatever. Perfume.
Yeah, he had to change the language. They changed the language to American-made phones to phones that fit the American values or something like that. Like they've already removed that language from Trump Mobile that they're going to be phones made in America. They come out, they announce that, and then like a week later, they just quietly behind the scenes change the wording because it's not going to be made in America. And it's just like, it's so frustrating sometimes. There are so many things that are petty, and there are so many things that aren't big, but like every day this guy gives you 20 things that are absolutely insane. And then the people that are still following are just like, oh, you're just mad you lost. Yeah, we are mad that we lost. We're very upset
There's
that we
someone
lost.
here, Jay.
Oh,
There's someone
hey.
here.
Oh, I didn't even see. My bad. Hey, Rita Red.
Hi, how's everyone doing?
Good. How are you, sir? I'm assuming you voted for Trump?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. So when you say unfortunately, you know, why you say that?
Hey, everyone in the comments, you can suck my dick, niggers.
Oh my God, damn, man. This is, and that's,
It's not the worst argument I've heard.
Hey, everyone in the comments, you can.
It's not the worst argument I've heard from MAGA. That's unfortunately.
my God, damn. You know, I don't understand that. I really don't. Sometimes I'm just, I, you know, I thought I was going to enjoy I was going to, you know, but, wow.
I think that's but that's pretty indicative of how enabled some of these people feel. Like if you go just look at the biggest voices on the right, they are just being openly racist now. They're not hiding it anymore. Charlie Kirk used to hide his racism. He used to get outraged at racism. They're not even doing it anymore. Like Charlie Kirk, every time the Supreme Court makes a ruling, he'll say Ketanji Brown Jackson's a diversity hire. She's only there because she's a black woman. What was it when Mom Donnie gets put into when he wins the DNC mayor nomination? Charlie Kirk's out there like, remember 9/11? It's just like they're just doing it openly now.
I just, I don't understand anymore. Every day, it's like, can it be just one day when I have to come on TikTok and just hear dumb shit?
No, you don't. We're not going to have that day. But I will say this: like it's cracking. You know as well as I do. We can't say names, Admir. Remember, we don't say names. But you know as well as I do that there are right-leaning creators on here who make their money because they're on the right, who, if the election was held today, would change their vote. There are many right-wing creators who, behind closed doors, will say, I don't support this guy anymore.
Listen, and I was going to do it, then they reached out to me and they said, listen, please just leave it alone. There's two right-wing creators who have over 1 million followers who are huge that have said, hold up, this isn't what I voted for. This is not what I stand for. This isn't what I thought how it's going to end. And all that. So it's like, okay, but that's why I told him, I said, you are a coward. You don't stand up for nothing. If you believe that is what you actually didn't vote for, then come out and talk about it. Say why you don't believe that he's doing wrong. They don't want to do that because they're going to lose the following.
I mean, look, I think I understand that perspective, but I also think that there is a different path where, and I've seen this out of a couple of them, where they just start offering pushback instead. Right, like because most of them, if they come, I mean, you know what happened to you when you came out and just turned on Trump. Nobody on that side listens to you anymore because it is a cult, and we can't pretend that we can play like principles with MAGA. We can't play that. They have no principles. So I would almost rather those creators start sowing dissent. I would rather them get people to turn against each other, or at least get comfortable with some ideas for when this change is over. Because the second they say, I mean, it'll make all us feel better. We'll all be like, yeah, we told you so. But they don't care. They don't follow right-wing creators. The right-wing creators don't have any real power. All of their power comes from their worship of Donald Trump. They will be abandoned immediately the second they talk bad about Trump. So for me, like, I would rather cultivate those relationships and see if we can facilitate some change on the inside. But it's happening. Like, this is crumbling fast. This bill is deeply unpopular, and the results are going to, like, they're smart. They took some of these some of these things in the big beautiful bill aren't going to kick in until after the midterms, but enough people can read that they're at the very least they're not going to have people too excited to vote in the midterms.
Well, here, the problem that I have is what the moment that I started asking questions, and it wasn't just I'm not supporting Trump anymore. The moment I started asking questions, and I'm not the only one. There's about 3 other people. As soon as we started asking questions, oh, you're a traitor.
Yep.
You're a traitor, and I'm like, well, hold on. I'm just asking questions. I want to educate myself. Tell me. The moment that I started asking questions, and it wasn't just I'm not supporting Trump anymore. The moment I started asking questions, and I'm not the only one. There's about 3 other people. As soon as we started asking questions, oh, you're a traitor.
Yep.
You're a traitor, and I'm like, well, hold on. I'm just asking questions. I want to educate myself. Tell me, understand. What is so wrong with you? Tell me if I say, hey, Jay, you know what? I'm not. Help me understand. Explain it. I'm not sucking Trump's dick. If anything, I'm more for the country. But what is happening right now, and what I voted for, it's not aligning at all.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think I don't know. There's the 2 sides. There's a side where I consistently think MAGA is smarter than they are. Like the leadership, they make me nervous. Like Donald Trump makes me nervous. Stephen Miller makes me nervous. Charlie Kirk makes me nervous. And then I remember that they're not that bright. They're not nearly as nobody has ever thought those people were intelligent until they started. Charlie Kirk, maybe people were intelligent. Stephen Miller were terribly intelligent until you had this cult of personality. And I don't think that they are capable of doing as much damage as I think they could. If that makes any sense. I think that what we're going to see in the next year damage is we're going to see a lot of hatred. We're going to see a lot of attempts at retribution. But every time we do this, with Abrego Garcia, the hardliner MAGAs, more than ever today, they'll tell you that they did the right thing with Abrego Garcia. But every time they're forced to defend that, like you said, publicly, I don't know. That's not a very good explanation. Publicly. People are like, I don't know. That's not a very good explanation. And lining is that every time the discussion's out there, it gets worse and worse. Donald Trump is deeply on nation. That's in the country. He's pretty popular inside the GOP, but as a country, he's pretty unpopular.
Well, the thing that I don't understand is if you're going to stand up 10 toes down for what you believe in, then come out and say, hey, this is what I believe in, but then let's talk about it.
Yeah. They stand 10 toes down for no fucking reason. It's like, what are you defending? I don't know. Trump, I guess.
What really pisses me off is when I'm genuinely trying to have a conversation, just a conversation, not even debate, just a conversation. And I say, okay, here's my critique of Trump. Here's what I criticize. And they're like, yeah, I agree. And I'm like, okay, so tell me why you voted for him and tell me, is there anything that you don't like? Why that he's doing? So you're agreeing with everything that he's doing, but you're believing totally something different. So it's like, which one is it? You can't have it both ways. And in my personal opinion, this is just my personal opinion. People on this TikTok platform are afraid to say something because of them getting. You're worried about cancel. You're fucking cancel you.
Yeah.
And who the hell is going to cancel? For what? Asking questions? For thinking outside the box? Because that is your duty as a voter. That is your duty to ask questions, to critique your president. It doesn't matter if it's Trump, Biden, whoever. And I've said this many times before. I don't care who the president is. When I tell people, yes, Trump is the president of the United States, he is my president. Just like I said 4 years ago, Joe Biden won the presidency. He was my president. And I've said this president because he was United States president. Why can't we just, yes, Trump is admitting he was my president, end of story.
It's because he doesn't let you. This is how cult of personalities work. Donald Trump doesn't let you have a middle ground, especially with the amount that he lies. If you're going to have to spend all day defending Donald Trump, or if you're going to be honest about what he does and what he says, you're going to be on the defensive all the time. So Donald Trump has now created this world. And the hard part about all of this is that at the end of this, we're going to be left with 40, 50, 60 million Americans, maybe more, who do. If you're going to have to spend all day defending Donald Trump, or if you're going to say like, oh, the media did this to themselves. No, they didn't. We did this to the media. We absolutely did this to the media. Donald Trump did this to the media. On my show every day, if I show anything, I can show Donald Trump speaking. People inevitably will be like, oh, that's CNN, it's fake news. It's like, bro, that's your guy. Like, he's talking. This is just who happened to clip it. He was on CNN, and they'll just turn it off. And I think that's the part that is forever going to be difficult for a generation of people, especially like our age, like millennials. All my millennial friends, they will never ever trust the news again, and unfortunately, that's driven them to like Facebook memes or to TikTok, and they believe their friend, and they believe a story, and they believe a video that they saw, because nobody's making videos about data, and so now we have this problem in this country where, I mean, like you said, just the idea of like Trump lost in 2020, millions of Americans can't say that. Everybody in the administration currently now, they're not even allowed to say that. If they go before Congress and Congress says, did Trump win in 2020? They're not allowed to say it. That's absolutely fucking insane that you can't say Trump lost. They have to go, oh, well, Joe Biden was certified. And when they say, like, Republicans are like, they're just playing gotcha. Yeah, they are playing gotcha. But they're just playing gotcha. The reason it's a gotcha is because if you say Trump lost, he'll get mad at you, and then his following will get. He'll get mad at you, and then his following.
Listen, that's why I can't even have conversations anymore. It's,
I just wanted to come up and say, fuck niggers and white power, kill niggers.
That's why
niggers.
Jesus Christ. Wow.
Let's just say, like, who do we think that person supports? You know what I mean? This is Trump. This is Trump's America. This is all part of it.
It looks like we got on probably incel white supremacy TikTok. So,
Jesus Christ.
there's another account in here it's a bunch of accounts with no profiles and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, that's I don't even, man. I was gonna enjoy my goulash, but
I thought that was interesting when I didn't want to cause problems when Janae was up here and said that like somebody said something racist.
Hold on really fast. Alex, I've seen you in the request a bunch of times. I looked at your following. It looks like you follow a lot of lefties. Are you opposition to RTP? Because if you are, I'll bring you up. If you're not, I'm just going to kick you out.
Just gonna be.
Like, and the shit that really like used to kind of get on my nerves is, people will say, well, Admir, you're doing this for coins and you're doing this for clout, and I'm like, okay, fair enough, go ahead and say that. And I'm like,
someone's here, Admir.
Oh, somebody's here? I don't see nobody but Jen.
Oh, on mine it shows somebody named Alex is here.
Alex, are you there, sir? Alex? Okay.
Now it's gone. It just dropped. Sorry, my bad.
No, you're gonna and care about your fucking money. I'm not here for the clout. I just want to have a conversation.
that seems to be, now this is just my opinion, that if I have a friend that's on the left or if I have a friend on the right, it seems to me like I gotta choose one side or the other. Now this is just my left, or if I have a friend, well, why the hell do I have to choose? Why can't I just have conversations with everybody? Why can't I just be cool with everybody? And it's like, damn, man, you can't have conversations anymore with people because why the hell do I have to choose? It's what it is.
Jen, is it glitching for everybody? Do you know? I know people are saying in the chat it's glitching, but is it everybody? We may want to just restart. I don't know, because now we've probably been flagged now for
I didn't
hate
see any
speech.
flags. No flags.
Did you get any flags, Jen, or no?
No, I'm any flags.
Oh,
People are just saying it's really glitchy. Sometimes that happens when you're being a reporter or if they're watching it.
yeah. And if you are getting glitched up, just scroll out.
I can restart if you guys aren't already following. Hit the follow button, and then we can restart.
Are you gonna restart?
Yeah, I can restart it.
Here comes the sun. Dee-dee-dee-dee. I got stuck.
Are we back on?
Yeah. Where do you think you are? Where do you think you are right now?
Well, my shit did not even shut down. It just said live. I'm like, what the fuck?
You know what? If we're gonna do this for a little bit more, I need to go get some oregano. I'll be back momentarily.
Oh. Okay, yeah, sure.
For my goulash, I gotta get some oregano for the goulash.
Yeah.
See you in a second.
For your oregano. Mm-hmm.
Hell.
Hi. Oh wow. Z-Pack says I shared to the crew. What fucking crew, Z-Pack? They're not gonna come up here, and you know it. They're not gonna come up here, and you know it.
Ops to RTP is what we're looking for. Are you opposition to RTP? I see you in requests. All right, let's like the live. See if we can get up to 20K likes. To 20K likes. All right.
Jim, what does I've never. Maybe you can help me out. What does likes and shares? What is?
To 20K likes. 100%. It helps, like it shows engagement that people are wanting to be in the live in this space. So it pushes it out to the algorithm so that people can see it. I mean, That's why a lot of times when there's a lot of gifts that are going in because it's making TikTok money, they'll push it out to more people see it too. So.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Hey,
Yeah,
I
maybe.
see you in request. Hey, I see you in request. You're following me. I'm guessing you're not opposition RTP. If you,
No, I was gonna say is oh God.
what are you saying?
No, I was gonna say is oh God. When are you gonna debate? One of these nights we gotta do a debate with you.
I don't have patience, dude. Like I get annoyed. Like right now, I'm annoyed as shit. Like my I had a AC starter went out today, so I'm just cranky right now, more than normal. So.
Oh, okay. So I want no problems.
I was gonna go debate, but then
I got high.
Jen, we got to get you on the devil's lettuce. Just chill you out every once in a while. I know. But you know what's cool? Not having stress. I know that you haven't felt that in a very long time.
That's something that happens. So.
Yeah, I don't know, Jen. You gotta try the edibles. You know, maybe I can hook you up.
I've done that. I live in California. I don't need you to hook me up.
Oh, she is cranky. Yep, she's cranky. Yep.
A long time.
That's something that happens. So. I know how to get all the substances. So. But I see CC in request. If you're opposition, you're gonna stay. I know how to get all the substances.
CC.
I've
But listen,
that's so stupid. It doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah. I mean, even though you live in California.
So.
But listen,
that's so stupid. It doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah. I mean.
So.
But listen, even though stupid. I'm gonna. Yeah.
Admiral, we've heard what happens in Colorado. You wind up lying on the floor going, Ash!
Sleeping in dog beds.
Can you turn off the live? What's that?
I mean, I'm not super far from Humboldt County, so it's.
Isn't that called like Murder Mountain or something?
That is, yes.
Right.
So. Oh wow.
Jen's actually running Humboldt County. She just doesn't get high on her own supply. That's what we're really dealing with here.
Just have to be smart about it. You don't touch.
I went to Sprouts yesterday, and you know I love Coke, not the white Coke. I'm talking like Coca-Cola, right?
That'd be what
they have a drink that has CBD in it, and if you drink that shit, it gets you fucked up.
Yeah, that exists, man. That's existed for everybody here is going, yeah, duh.
Coke. I'm talking like what?
Like 105 years old, so he doesn't.
That's right.
Wait. Let's not, we can just, kind of.
Admir's Wi-Fi. It's not Admir's Wi-Fi. It's my Wi-Fi. It's probably the app. You might want to go check if you're glitching. Check and see if there's an update in the app. If you're glitching a lot, it might be that.
For the first time ever, it's not mine. And I'm happy.
I mean, I'm on like 3 different devices for the live, and it's not glitching. So.
3 different. Oh yeah, that's right. Because you got freaking 8 different computers.
Oh, it's one computer, but I've got 2 phones going. So.
Oh.
Jen's using up all the bandwidth. That's what it is.
I've got plenty of bandwidth, and you don't even know what that means.
I do. Can I tell you a story why I know what this means? When I lived in Buffalo, New York, I lived there for like 6 weeks, and I lived in this just like in a hotel with like some other people I was working with, and the only people at that hotel, we were the only people at that hotel that paid not by the hour. Let's put it that way. And the internet wasn't good, and I had Netflix back to when you could use Netflix on multiple accounts, and the guy, like I had to share a room with this guy, and he was using my Netflix account. And I couldn't use it because he would take up all the bandwidth. And I'd be like, dude, you can't have Netflix. It's mine. I'm paying for it. You're the only one who watches it. You're taking up all the bandwidth. And he would always go, you're taking up all the bandwidth. And then he just wouldn't get off Netflix.
Are you sure it's the bandwidth or that you just didn't have enough licenses so you could both use it?
No, it was before you needed licenses. You could both be on it. And mine would just freeze. And his name was Paul. And for a long time, my Netflix account password, I changed it to Paul Sucks, and he never figured it out. Don't tell me it's not bandwidth.
You know what? It's funny. I had someone I dated that I changed the password to something similar. I think it was mean. I think it was meaner than that.
It was I stabbed whoever the name was.
The end.
Getting a little awkward.
Exclamation point. Exclamation point.
Did Admer just say somebody else was making something awkward?
Probably.
Did he get high?
No.
Are you in the dog bed, Admir?
No. I finished my goulash, and I am waiting for my crepes.
All right, somebody told me that that's not what bandwidth is. Bandwidth, I think it is. I think I'm using bandwidth correctly. It enables. Is Bree here? Bree, am I using bandwidth correctly? If you're here, she knows. She knows all the computers. Okay, she's here. Hey, brother Bob. Broadband. Okay. If somebody's on one device and we're both trying to stream and they're streaming and I can't connect, but we're on the same internet connection, could they be using up all the bandwidth? That's what I said. Did I use the word bandwidth correctly there? Can you stop with your fans for a second, Bree, and answer this question? Can you use all the Wi-Fi? I don't think you can use all the Wi-Fi. Bandwidth is how much water can fit through a hose. I don't think that's correct. I'm correct. Sea Monkey Island says I'm correct. All right. Thank you. Bree said I'm correct. Bree always is right. I'm correct.
Okay. I'm just going to say you're wrong because that's my go-to answer is that you're always wrong and everything's your fault.
And then I do it my way anyways. And it's usually wrong.
Oh, wow.
She's usually right. Abner, what's going on with you, man? What do you have going on currently?
Nothing. I'm just waiting for my crepes, bro. I ordered 2 crepes with Nutella and cookies on top.
Where are you at?
Right down the street from my house. At my neighbor's, but he
You're at your neighbor's house?
Yeah. We were helping him with the yard and stuff, and so his wife
Your neighbor
said,
sells crepes? Oh, she's making you wait, you
yeah,
ordered?
she's making us. Yeah, well, so I asked her, I said, Miss Kimmy, may I please have 2 crepes? Because if you ever had crepes with Nutella and plasma on top, you would understand what I'm talking about.
Wait, hold on. Plasma?
Yeah, you don't know what plasma cookies are?
No, but isn't plasma blood?
The blood?
No. I'll send you what plasma is. It's actually pretty. They call it Bambi plasma. It's like
It is a brand of soft biscuits owned by Bambi.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. And what they do is they'll crunch it on top. And oh yeah,
I swear,
it looks like cornflakes. It just looks like cornflakes. Is that not what it is?
No, I don't know if you want to say cornflake, but sure. I mean, you would love it, especially when
you know what? Is it kind of like a Biscoff cookie?
Yes.
Okay, that's what it looks like before it's broken down. Okay.
Yeah, and so what they'll do is, I'm sure you know what a crepe is, and then when they make it, they'll put whipped cream on top, and then she'll put crunched plasma and.
But you said you ordered it. Like you go to your neighbor's house often and say, "Can I get?"
Well, anytime we work on their yards.
Goes over there and asks if they're a short order cook.
I honestly would like being neighbors with. If one of my neighbors showed up and ordered food, I would probably make it for him. I think that'd be pretty funny. I would like Admir as a neighbor.
So believe it or not, in my little neighborhood, everybody's probably in their 60s, and my wife and I are
like
the
same age as
only
you.
ones. Wait.
Up and ordered food, I would probably make it for him.
Are
so like
the
same age
only
as you.
ones Wait, what?
Is that most people around your age, so they understand what you're saying.
No, they understand that we need to be fed.
In the comments recently.
No, they understand that we need to be. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So, I don't know if you've noticed, if you looked in the comments recently, Jay.
David. What's up? I forgot about David.
Oh my god, I haven't seen David in a long, long time, bro.
But yeah, I mean, he was banned from a lot of our accounts. So
I can't remember. That was like a Felice thing, right? He said some shit about Felice or something. Can't remember what it was.
yeah, part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That will get you fucked up, David. Talking about Felice. That'll get you fucked up.
Can't remember what it was. Oh, I do remember what it was now. It was him and Gorilla.
Yeah.
Never mind. I remember what it was now.
Oh, the Gorilla Radio?
Yeah.
Oh god, him and I got into it on Liv's Live right before I left. Oh god. That motherfucker, man. That dude is the biggest idiot ever.
You know, he bothers me. Like, he's smart enough to get what he's saying. Like, I never got the impression with him that, like, he couldn't understand it. It was like this willful decision to never understand anything.
Gorilla Radio.
David, listen, we've invited you a couple times, and you're just not accepting. So I'm just gonna mute you because.
Oh shit, David, come on, bro. Listen, man. She's in a bad mood, bro. I'm out. I'm out of this one.
I'm not a fan of David in general, but you're not just gonna sit and cry in the comments.
I mean, who else are you? Maybe you know what? Let me see.
All right.
Greaseball. Let me see if Greaseball is available.
Who the hell's Greaseball?
Your ex.
What?
Jeff.
Oh, Jeff. That's not nice.
Hey, listen, we
were
was
live last night, right?
Yeah,
what were you guys talking about last night? He was like out walking around.
Jesus Christ, this dude, man. So he went live and he invites me. So I'm like in the comments and he's like, hey, come up. I'm like, all right, whatever. So we go up. Here comes Doug. And we're just, talking. And this motherfucker just starts walking with like skunks. And there's all of these skunks around him. And I'm like, I hope that fucking skunk sprays you. Like, and some kid.
Where was he? Just in the wilderness?
No, he was walking in some basketball courts, but he turned on his camera, and you can clearly see there was at least 5 skunks within probably maybe 20, 30 feet away from him.
What the fuck? That's so
bro,
weird.
It was just, I was like, God damn it, Jeff. And then we stayed up there for pretty good. Yeah, I was up there for at least an hour.
Oh, good.
And I left.
See Jeff back. He looked like he'd been working out.
Oh, fuck, don't say that. Now that's gonna bring him in here. Yeah.
He's gonna come and start talking.
Yeah, he started talking to Doug about working it.
Casey said, I never rooted for a skunk so bad.
Out. Never in my life. I was like, you know what, skunk? I will.
That's crazy.
The skunk's food. That's all it was. It wasn't just buying the skunk food.
How close does you have to be to a skunk in order to get sprayed? Like, what's the safe zone?
I'm not sure, but as close as he got, I don't know why he didn't get sprayed.
All right, let's see here. In general sense, when dealing with skunks, a safe zone refers to a distance at which you're unlikely to be sprayed. Up to 15 feet? Whoa, up to 20?
Dude, listen, he was pretty close to those two. Man, he was pretty close to one of them.
That's a big old spray.
His ass. Yeah, I was like, spray his ass. It's like, fuck yeah, spray him.
Can you imagine if you could pee 15 feet? That'd be crazy. And they're spraying that right out.
It's like, fuck yeah, spray him.
Can you imagine if you could pee 15 feet? That'd be crazy. and they're spraying that right out of their whatever hole they skunk spray from. Do you know the answer? Does anybody know the answer to this? It's from their anal glands. From. Do you know the answer? Does anybody know the answer to this? It's from their inside.
How did we get from goulash to crepes to skunks to
You brought up
anuses?
Jeff, then he was getting chased by skunks. Then I put myself in Jeff's shoes, and I thought, if I was walking with skunks, how would I know if I was safe? I would need to know a safe distance. So that's when I looked up 15 feet. And then I was thinking that that's a long way to spray. And I thought, there's no way I could pee 15 feet. And then I thought, what does it come out of? What are they shooting that out of? And now we're here where we know it's an anal gland.
Oh, wow.
Jen, you have anything you want to add to that?
Please don't, Jen.
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. I covered it all. Did I get it all right?
Probably. I haven't looked it up.
Okay. I did.
Oh, man.
That's pretty cool. Honestly, I'm kind of impressed with skunks. That's a lot of, I don't know. They must have it. Did they have a prostate? Do skunks have a prostate? Like, what are they flexing there? Skunks. Do you know this answer? If skunks have a prostate?
I don't. I've never really been interested in skunks.
Right. They do have They do have a prostate gland.
Well,
the prostate
maybe I should go.
It's the only accessory sex gland that's present. It's relatively well developed, says Google.
This must be what hell is like.
This is what folks, if any of you don't have ADHD, this is what it's like inside an ADHD brain. This is how life is. Everybody with ADHD right now is like, yeah, this makes sense. I understand. I mean, they're following all of this.
I mean, no, I think, things like that come through my brain. Like, I think about it, but, I don't say it out loud necessarily.
Because you can control that.
Right.
Yeah. Our thoughts come out. Your thoughts
Jeff, come up
in.
here. Is he? Yeah, I did see him come up here. Jeff, come on, buddy. Come on.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe my my AI.
Give me 30 minutes. All right, fair enough.
What do you take? Is it to make our thoughts come out? Your thoughts.
Jeff, come up here.
What do you take? Is it
and bathtub it? That's the best. But
I had a Jack Russell who was a dick that liked to fight skunks. So yeah, tomato paste.
Okay. How many cans of tomato paste do you need to fill up a bathtub?
You don't need it you don't need a whole bathtub. You just need to just put it on them enough. I mean, you don't have to dunk them.
Let's see. That's a lot. Gallon to cube. I'm trying to figure this out. It's giving me a real number here.
Tomato paste worked. So people are arguing in the comments.
888 cans of tomato.
shit.
Hiding
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
Dawn soap, vinegar, and a drop of hydrogen peroxide. Okay.
It neutralizes the scent. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. What is Jeff's and RTP's relationship? Well,
purely physical.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Emotionally, he just doesn't do it for me. But
physically, he does.
I'm jealous.
I always liked. Did you ever see the movie The Outsiders? It was my favorite.
Yeah. What is Jeff's and RTP's relationship? Well,
purely physical.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Emotionally, he just doesn't do it for me. But
physically, he does.
I'm jealous.
I always liked. Did you ever see the movie The Outsiders? You stay golden. You stay golden, Jen. Stay golden.
This is completely hell.
Nothing gold can stay.
Jesus Christ.
No, I
Stay golden.
You know, I'm gonna have to talk to my wife. I really am. I'm gonna have to ask her. Wait. She's not a lib. She's more. She is a realist. She doesn't give a shit if you're left, right. She wants to come debate you. I mean, she doesn't give a shit if you're left.
Yeah,
And
so
I'm gonna have
that's a lib.
Sure, if that's what you want to call it.
Well, what facts don't line? Well, what facts don't line up with the libs?
What fact?
By default she's a lib, right?
Then.
By default she's a lib, right?
Yeah, by
It's like
default.
you, libmere.
Do you know how much shit I get for that?
A lot. You deserve,
Anyway,
you deserve it. Honestly, you don't get as much shit as you deserve.
Listen, I any live that I scroll in, and they're like, "Wait, that's not that's libmere." I'm like, "Motherfucker, I'm out." Whatever, do your thing. No, but I think I really think she would. Man, I'm gonna have to bribe her. Jeff, you cannot debate, bro. We went over this last night. You cannot debate for shit. That kid, the dog walked you.
Jeff does no. Listen, Jeff is the best at what he does, which is he does not debate. He plays word association. So whatever you say to Jeff, he's going to pick a word out of your sentence, and he's going to come up with a fairly clever sentence, or at least a somewhat sensible sentence with that word in it. It's really we used to play that game like. I don't know if you've ever done this. We'd sit around like you'd play a rhythm on the guitar, and you would. I don't know if you've ever done this. We'd sit around like you'd play a rhythm on the guitar, and you would sing like a verse from a song, or like 4 lines from a song. The next person would have to take a word and sing a song with that word in it. With Jeff, you just have to be like, man, I enjoyed it, and then you got to end it. Debating Jeff is like going to be Jeff. He's insatiable. All right.
Who the hell muted me?
You got me.
The fuck? Jeff says down in the comments, somebody mute Lipmere and I get muted. The
Whoa.
fuck?
See, he's got that Riz. He's already controlling your life.
I know, bro. This is bullshit. I have to. Jeff, don't do that, bro. I don't. That's not nice, bro.
Jeff, have you got any? Have you called, or has older millennial called you?
Oh God.
Collect. Any phone calls? This is a phone call from Florida State Prisons. What's his fuck? Joe is calling. Will you accept his call?
Bail money, perhaps? Well, yeah. You would.
I would what?
No, I'm talking to Jeff.
Oh.
Yeah, you would bail his ass.
You know what's crazy? Like when he comes back, it's not. This is what's so cool about being.
He is back.
Yeah, it will not affect his reputation one bit. There is nothing you can do on that side of the aisle to like ruin your reputation. As long as you still are like 100% behind Trump, there's nothing you can do. You can literally be anything, and nobody gives a shit.
I'm just trying to figure out, how did he get verified? Because I know in order for you to get verified, I mean, you have got to do some.
It's not that hard. I got an email last week. There's a process but I got an email last week saying I can be verified. I never did.
Oh, really?
But there's some sort of process. I think they just reach out to you. I don't know. I can't remember what I was supposed to do, but
I thought
I don't
was
know
a
if it's
big
like
deal.
a total. I think it's maybe total number of impressions or something. I'm not sure.
I thought it was a pretty big deal for you to get verified, because I mean,
I
don't know any other creator.
Deal. I think isn't Parker verified?
No.
Parker verified?
No.
Maybe that was a different app. Maybe it wasn't TikTok. Let me see. Maybe I'm thinking it was on a different app.
I thought it was a
TikTok. Let me see. Maybe I'm thinking it was on a different app.
maybe Harry. Maybe. No. Maybe Harry. Maybe.
Oh, Dean is verified. Yeah, that would make sense. Dean, yeah, Dean, that would make sense. I remember when Jeff debated Dean.
He did what on probably abortion.
I can't remember, but he was calling out. He was calling out all them kids, and Dean came into his live, and we're in his live, and Dean just wiped the floor. I mean, it wasn't even fair.
I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, God, that was brutal.
I'm looking. Maybe I was wrong about TikTok verification. It might have been Instagram. I don't know. I feel like I got a notification the other day about being verified, but I feel like I got a notification the other day about being verified.
You got to like be a pretty big freaking deal in order for you
Well,
to
he's
get
pretty
verified.
big.
Yeah, maybe around his waist and shit.
I mean, I think he had 1 million followers at some point. How many does he have now?
Well, he has 0 now because they took that account down.
Wait, his account got taken down?
Yep, because he's back. He.
Well, I'm talking about his account currently. How many? He's got a bunch on this account.
No, the one that was verified. Got
So
banned.
his one now isn't verified?
No,
Okay.
the one that he came on today, he was pretty much like, I think it's like started off like 1,000.
Oh, he really went live today?
Well, he didn't go live. He did a video this morning.
Talking about his arrest or just
No, he was just talking about
just moving on?
how. Yeah, he was talking about how liberals mass reported him and got his shit taken down and people to follow him, and I was like, whatever, bro.
Oh, bummer.
I was like, whatever.
Boy, you hate to see it. You hate to see it with a guy like that. You'd like to think good things would happen to him.
That's one dude that I never liked. I mean, despised him, in fact. He's one of the dudes that from the moment that I was introduced to him, there was just something about him that bothered the shit out of me. I just wanted to kick him in his nuts.
I didn't really know him. Jeff's the one that the first time I think I ever talked to him was Jeff dragged me over there. I think I was supposed to debate somebody else, and he showed up. If I think, I can't remember. That's Jeff, the ultimate hype man.
Yeah, listen, Jeff is the greatest hype man that has ever existed, ever.
Hello, shirtless Joe Jackson.
Oh, hey, Paranoid.
How you doing?
Good. How are you, sir?
Good. I support President Trump.
Okay, wonderful. So this is very simple. The guy above me, you can debate him. I'm just going to go on mute. The only time that I come, in between you guys is when somebody kind of pops off. As long as you're respectful, kind of just do your thing. Don't get it twisted because he's my friend that I won't shut him down.
Sure.
So whatever you want to talk about it, just put your contention in and have at it.
Okay. Well, this is all just my personal opinion. And,
So whatever you want to talk about it, just put your contention in.
that is C-19, the border, they, them, the left allows riots. I want détente with Russia. I support Israel. And I think
What'd you say about Russia?
And left. And the reason for that is C-19, the border, they an easing of tensions.
Okay.
A peace agreement.
Want to pick one of those? It sounds like that your support for Trump is mostly opposition to the left.
Yes.
Do you want to pick one of those subjects, or do you want me to just ask questions?
Let's do Russia.
I would like things to be eased with Russia.
Let's do Russia.
I would like things to be eased with Russia too. even diplomacy. The only thing I'm not okay with is I don't think Ukraine should be required to cede land. I think if you invade another country, you're in the wrong always.
Yeah, I would agree that President Putin did not have to invade. I think Russia was provoked, and I think Russia was provoked, and I think
Think Ukraine should keep that land?
I think that to have a sustainable peace agreement, I think that Ukraine, and I don't think Ukraine or the West is going to agree to this, but I think what needs to happen is the eastern third, approximately, of Ukraine needs to be conceded to Russia.
Why?
Because
they're provoked.
In 1990, I look at 1990, I look at 1997, I look at 2014. The West provoked Russia.
Why did they get land? You're trying to convince me they're provoked. Entitle Russia to then take Ukraine's land.
Because the Russia is winning on what Russia has gone through in terms of their losses. I don't think they're going to just accept a stalemate.
So Ukraine has to accept that Russia gets some of their land?
Yes.
Why?
Because Russia has a strategic advantage, and looks like this is. I argue with my father.
Yeah, but with all due respect, I would love with all due respect, I would love an answer to this question. I don't think they get to keep it, and you think that because they were provoked, they get to just take some of Ukraine's land. Is that right? Is that your opinion?
Yes. There was an opportunity back in 2022 to have a peace agreement if Ukraine would not join NATO. But
is Ukraine in NATO?
No. But
is Ukraine in NATO?
No. But
okay. So
Ukraine would not commit to not. Russia considers, and this is not just President Putin, but this is all of Russian society that, or virtually all of Russian society that views Ukraine under the sphere of influence of Russia.
Well, they sound like bitches to me. It sounds like a bunch of Russians.
Pause. If you guys are glitching or looping, go out and come back in. It's the app. So go out and come back in. If you're glitching, leave and come back.
I mean, I don't really care how the Russians feel. They invaded another country. Why should we appease Russia at all? They invaded another country because they felt that they were being, I don't know. What did they even feel? They felt like too much of NATO was coming close to Russia, as if NATO has some sort of like history of invading Russia.
Well, let's go back. I think that you would probably look at 1994, right, with the Budapest Memorandum. Is that what you would look at? And you would look at probably.
No, I would look at the annexation of Crimea. That's when I care. That's the only point in which I care. I don't think anything leading up to the annexation of Crimea was justified.
Okay, let me just give you a little bit of I think what is the Russian perspective on this. Could I do
to be honest, I'm not interested in the Russian perspective. I don't think that any country.
You have to be. We have to negotiate with them.
I have to be. Excuse me. I have to be.
Go ahead.
I have to be interested in. No, they are the invader. They are the aggressor. They should not get to keep land that they stole.
But why did they invade?
Because they felt threatened.
Okay. Do you think that 1990 is a significant timeline?
Not regarding this, no.
Okay. Why did the Russians made a major concession with the reunification of Germany? Do you not agree with that?
Sure.
And that concession was based on the promise of the West of James Baker under Bush 41 that NATO would not expand 1 inch east, and
That's literally just that's a quote. That wasn't an agreement. That was literally just a quote by a guy in the government, a bureaucrat in our government. That was not a promise by the United States at all. That was just a thing that James Baker said. This is silly. This still don't get to invade Crimea and steal land.
Okay, do you know what happened in 1997?
Be more specific. You can just say it. I don't know specific dates.
Do you know who Zbigniew Brzezinski is?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay. Do you know who Mika Brzezinski is on MSNBC?
Yeah.
Her father.
Okay.
Okay, he was one of President Carter's national security advisors, and in 1997 he wrote a book called The Grand Chessboard. And the policy toward Russia for about 35 years from the West has been what the Russian scholar Stephen Cohn from Princeton referred to as a winner-take-all policy, which was
what does that mean?
To expand NATO, to encircle Russia, to weaken Russia, and to break Russia up into several different segments.
According to who?
Policy was
according to who? Because I've never seen any plan from NATO to do that. I've never seen any plan for the United States to do that. Are you telling me that I should rely on the book of a diplomat to say like this plan actually exists? How do I know that Russia didn't just plant that story? It has never been American policy to do that. It's never been NATO policy to do that. Why would I care what somebody wrote in a book?
Just trying to explain to you the foreign policy toward Russia.
I understand, but you're saying that Russia gets to invade a foreign land because of something they read in a book?
No,
that's what you're saying effectively, right?
I'm laughing a little bit because my father is like really pro-Ukrainian, and we argue about this all the time, and I'm trying to articulate. I tell him the same thing I'm telling you. The Russians.
Yeah, you're not making a compelling argument. You're telling me that despite NATO having no official policy to invade and break up Russia, and the United States having no official policy to invade and break up Russia, somehow someone wrote it in a book, so Russia was then justified in being aggressive towards Ukraine.
Do you not think the Russians were provoked?
No.
Okay. All right.
They got their fifis hurt so they can invade?
You understand that, or I'm asking. I'm not telling. Do you understand that Russia considers Ukraine as part of their sphere of influence?
Sure.
You just don't.
Yeah. Why would that matter to me at all? Russia considers Ukraine a sphere of their influence. Like we consider Mexico a sphere of our influence. Canada, UK, Israel, Australia.
What would we do if Russia or China was meddling in Ukraine or Canada or Cuba?
Nothing. We would do nothing. They have done that.
In fact, 62 years ago.
What's that?
What did we do 62 years ago in Cuba?
Regime change.
We had the issue with Cuba. That was almost a.
You're talking about the Cuban Missile Crisis?
Yes.
Yeah. We interfere all the time, but you know what we didn't do? We didn't go invade Russia and take some of their land and say, "You guys made us feel threatened. This is ours now."
Just think that.
Yeah. Do you see the difference?
No,
because you said we almost had a conflict. Yeah, we did almost have a conflict, but Russia went and stole land from another country.
The West is meddling on their border.
How so?
We're in Ukraine.
How's that meddling?
Latvia. We're in Estonia. We're in Lithuania.
But how's that? What do you mean by meddling, though?
We're setting up shop on their border, and they don't
do what?
To
meddle?
Yeah, that was
to poke fun. I mean, they meddle in our elections. Should we be able to go take land from Russia? They're meddling. They're meddling in all of the UK right now. They're meddling in Iran. They're meddling in Israel. They're meddling everywhere too. Which part of Russia do you think we should go take tomorrow?
listen.
I say I want to do Dagestan because they have a lot of great MMA fighters. I think it could really help America. I say that the United States tomorrow should be able to go take Dagestan because of these meddling Russians.
Nurmagomedov.
The look, this is. I don't. I'm trying to be respectful. That this is the argument I have with my father.
Well, it sounds like your father is also has it figured out.
You. I should bring him in the conversation.
He'd be thrilled.
He believes, and maybe this is your belief, and you just tell me if I'm wrong.
Has it figured out?
Believes, and maybe this is your belief.
No, I disagree with that. But what I think that what you're doing right now is you're dancing around the dead end we're at right now. We're in a position where you're trying to justify Russia stealing land from another country. And every time you use a justification, I give you the exact example that United States doing that and saying, which part of Russia should we take? And you laugh and talk about your dad. This is a really bizarre position you've taken here, where Russia apparently is the only country on Earth that's allowed to get their feelings hurt and steal land. We're not even allowed to do that under your mindset.
We are risking MAD.
Risking what?
MAD. MAD. Mutually assured.
Oh, mutually. Oh, Russia. So you're telling me that if we go to Russia and we say you got to give the Donbass back, they're like, fine, fuck, the whole world's over. That's what you think?
They're
just like, we would rather destroy our entire country and your country rather than give back the Donbass. That's what you think the position of Vladimir Putin is?
I don't. I think that they have a very clear doctrine. They will not accept a strategic military defeat on their border, and this
so they will do. That's what I'm asking you. I don't know why you're avoiding this question. So you're saying that if we go and we get them out of the Donbass, they will start a nuclear war. And they will, because it's mutually assured destruction, they're accepting that if we can't have the Donbass, then Russia be damned, nuke the whole thing, nuke the United States. That seems like what you're saying.
Potentially.
Okay, yeah, I think that's nonsense. I don't think that Russia is going to obliterate their entire country if we don't allow them to keep the Donbass. I think that Putin is kind of like... Putin is just like every other high school bully. He's going to push and push and push until he can't push anymore. And by the way, you say that they're winning this. I don't know. I think that there's disagreement, at least there. There are a lot of people who think that they aren't winning this war.
Okay, whether it's the UK, the US under
Jay,
Biden.
Hold on, sir. Jay, real quick. David's in the queue.
No, this guy. No, I'll talk to this guy. David just wants to derail. I'm not interested in talking to David.
I think it is very dangerous for the West to be supplying long-range weapons that can strike into Russia. I think that is very
Why? What's dangerous about that for us?
Dangerous. It's what would we do?
What would we do if what?
In the U.S. What would
if what?
What would we do in the U.S. if Russia or China was supplying Canada, Mexico, Cuba with long range weapons that were striking in the U.S.? What
probably nothing. We would probably negotiate some sort of
was supplying Canada, Mexico, Cuba.
Probably nothing. We would probably. I mean, Putin is bleeding people. They are bleeding people. They're bleeding money. They've been in a very long war. I don't know, what are we at, like 2-3 years now? Yeah, negotiate some sort of peace agreement. But that peace agreement doesn't need to include the Donbass. It doesn't need to include ceding land.
Do you think this is a fair statement? Could I ask you a question?
Sure.
Do you think that in 2014 the West orchestrated
years now? Yeah, negotiate. It doesn't need to include ceding land. Yeah, for sure. But that was because Russia orchestrated a coup, and Russia had installed like a Russian loyalist as president there. That's why and even like the attorneys. That's why Joe Biden was pressing that investigator to be Ukrainian people were revolting, and the West and all of our allies said, "Hey, this guy is working for Russia. We don't want." But it was in response to the coup by Russia. Why don't you acknowledge that Russia orchestrated a coup previous to that, and that's who we were getting rid of? Because it's not convenient. Like, honest to God, are you Russian? Do you have some sort of loyalty to Russia?
No,
I mean, let's be honest. We all know Russia pays people on this app to be pro-Russia. Your argument is surprisingly flimsy, and you're surprisingly calm about it.
No, I am not. I am not. I actually just believe this. There is no affiliation with Russia. I actually believe this.
Why do you think Russia gets to play by different rules than like every other country? Why do they get all these special rules then?
I don't think in 2022 where there was no land concession. And do you want to know what happened? Boris Johnson went over there and said, "Don't do it." In collaboration with the U.S. to say, no, we're going to.
There was no formal agreement there. There were discussions about the humanitarian corridors and specific compromises. They never agreed on compromises. Yeah, this is so bizarre how often you are like. I know that you're probably used to debating people who don't push back on the things that you say, but the way you push back on the things that you say, but the way you frame things is so informal agreement. They were in discussion. Russia had demands, Ukraine had demands, and they never came to any sort of agreement. This is really bizarre the way that you're framing this as if the Ukraine and Russia had agreed to an agreement, and Boris Johnson came running in with his floppy hair and was like, "No!" and then they stopped it.
So you think that narrative is just all false?
I think the way that you framed it is really dishonest.
I'm not trying to be. I'm really not.
But it's not factual, and you keep doing this, but only with Russia. Your loyalty to the Russian narrative is fucking bizarre.
I just want détente. I want.
It doesn't sound like that. It sounds like what you want is for Russia to like get all these special privileges in the world. It seems like you almost want us to apologize to Russia and be like, you know what? Our bad, Russia. You totally deserve to take this land from Ukraine.
I think we did not treat Russia the way we should have.
Oh no, they don't get to take land. They don't get to take land for that.
Okay, don't you think that if we say to the Soviets to Gorbachev that, okay, Gorbachev agrees to the reunification of Germany as a condition that NATO would not expand, and then approximately 25 countries join NATO and expand, don't you think that's a violation of trust?
No, I don't care about that. That doesn't allow them to.
Why don't you care about
because that doesn't allow it doesn't allow them to steal land from Ukraine. Weird agreement that you keep the one weird agreement that you keep leaving out is the agreement that Ukraine made with Russia, where Ukraine said, "Fine, we have these nuclear weapons and we'll give them back to you, and the United States and NATO will act as our protection against Russian aggression."
Okay.
And there's been back and forth. Like, you can argue that people didn't keep certain agreements, but only one out of all the parties involved, whether it be NATO, the United States, Ukraine, or Russia, only one of those entities invaded another country and stole land, or Russia owned land, and that's Russia. So they're the one country that went too far. Everybody got dicked around. Russia's been in mixed up in American politics forever. They get mixed up in our elections. They fund terrorism. They do all this stuff. They do all the same stuff we do.
Okay.
The one thing they did that nobody else did is invade another country.
2016, the Russia collusion hoax, that was all nonsense.
Excuse me? There were 34 indictments, multiple guilty pleas from members of the Trump team, including Paul Manafort, literally the campaign chair, who was lying about his business with Russian oligarchs. What are you talking about?
Come on, man.
Come on, man. It's your best argument.
That's
Trump's campaign manager. His campaign manager pled guilty.
They tried to portray Trump as a Russian asset. It was all
no, they didn't. You didn't read it. The Mueller report was an investigation into any and all connections between the Trump campaign and Russia, and there were a lot. Steve Bannon through Cambridge Analytica was sharing data as a proxy. He was taking Facebook data, compiling it through Cambridge Analytica, and he was passing that data on to the Trump administration and Russia. And those two would come back to him, and he acted as an intermediary between the two campaigns. But on top of that, Paul Manafort was doing business deals with them. Michael Flynn was doing business deals with them. Donald Trump was doing multiple business deals with them, and he lied to you about that. He said that the Trump Tower negotiations broke down in 2015, but we learned later that they broke down in 2018, 2 years after Trump took office, and 2 years after he had said those negotiations are done. Dude, your Russian bias is probably the worst I've ever seen. If you are not paid to do Russian propaganda, you may have like a cuck thing to Putin.
I'm not. No. Michael General Flynn. This is nonsense. It was a witch hunt.
Yeah, good fucking argument, man. Michael Flynn, these guys, this is nonsense. You literally can't answer any of that. Good answer, man. Oh, it's just bad. It's just
what did the Mueller report come up with?
35 indictments of people.
BS.
What are you talking about? Then why did they plead? Then why did they plead guilty?
There was nothing there.
Then why did they plead guilty?
Oh my god.
Why? Yeah. Oh yeah. Tough question, huh? Why'd they plead guilty?
Okay. Do you know what did
Michael Flynn plead guilty to? What did Michael Flynn plead guilty to?
Michael Flynn is a good man.
Oh, Michael Flynn. He's also a Russian asset. You're dog shit at this. What did he plead guilty to? You want me to tell you? Because you know all about this. You know so much about it that you know it's bullshit. What did he plead guilty to?
No.
What did he plead guilty to?
It was a hoax.
What did he plead guilty to? It's a hoax. It's all fake. It's all phony. Yeah, we heard all that. What did he plead guilty to, and why did he plead guilty?
I don't know.
Making false statements to the FBI about his conversations with who?
In my opinion,
Sergei Kislyak. What was Sergei Kislyak's position? What was Sergei Kislyak's position, sir?
He did nothing.
What was Sergei Kislyak's position, sir? The Russian ambassador. Now, why would Michael Flynn lie to our FBI about his conversations and communications with Sergei Kislyak? Why? Why would he do that?
This is nonsense. This is BS.
Yeah, great argument. You're not answering any questions. You are spiraling with that's BS. It's nonsense. Yeah, there you go. Get angry.
You're full of shit.
Yeah, get more angry, but just don't answer the question. Whatever you do, don't answer the question I'm asking you.
Trumped up charges.
You're bad at this, man.
Yeah,
you're bad at this.
Oh, you probably think that.
Here we go.
You probably think that.
Look it up. Yeah, get your note card out there. I probably think that. Insert hoax here. Go ahead.
Oh, do you want to use the line that President Trump is a convicted felon? Do you want to think that too, or was that?
He is a convicted felon. He was convicted of 34 felonies.
Nonsense.
Trump he wasn't convicted. Witch hunt. It's all bad. I swear to God, you're not real, right? This is all like.
No, I'm
this
real.
This is a character, right? Well, your profile
real.
picture is AI. Your profile picture is fake. No, but like this isn't real, right?
Profile picture is not fake. This is me.
Cam up. I dare.
Yeah, can we get your father to come up here?
Huh?
Take your shirt off and turn on your camera.
Okay.
Don't do that. No, don't.
I'm happy to do that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Happy. How do you do that? Yeah, turn on.
It's not Alexa, bro.
Oh, man.
I've never done this before. Hang on a sec.
I sent him an invite, Amanda.
Okay, there you go.
There.
It's not Alexa.
Hang on a sec.
I sent him
on my camera. Just a moment.
Yeah, it's tough.
I don't. Here, I
You
can.
know,
I'm on X. Are you on X? You can look at my
you know,
profile.
no, that's not a live picture. You know about as
No.
much about turning on your camera as you do about Russian collusion. By the way, very similar amount of knowledge.
Well, no, I use audio. I'll turn on my camera. I'm happy to do it.
Please,
Click on your box,
Okay.
and then you click on that camera icon.
On the far left.
Sure. Whichever one has the camera icon, you click it, and then you click save.
Save. Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Good job.
Here.
Jesus Christ. You did this, Jay. You did this, Jay.
listen, if he looks like I'll say great. Take care.
Oh my God! What the fuck is up with that forehead, bro? What the fuck is that?
I should mute y'all.
Jesus Christ,
Is that me? Do you think it's me now?
dude!
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It might be. I don't have a good look at the profile. Maybe you look great, bud. You look great.
Yeah. Is that? Yeah. Do you believe I'm a real person now?
Okay, so hold on. Let me ask you something. Just
I do think that if we're being honest, I do think that your appearance is a little bit alarming. If we're being honest,
what is going on here? This is listen, Jay. I blame you for this one.
What's wrong with my appearance?
No, you know who you look like,
I think
sir.
I'm a real person now.
Boys be
What is that?
I didn't think you were a real person. I just don't think any of your opinions are real. Like it's bizarre
You just
how
call me a bot.
I did not call you a bot. I said I thought you're bro.
You said your
those
eyebrows, bro.
They're fucking me up. You look perpetually angry. No, I just think that your opinions are nonsense. You see, and now you see. Now you're getting angry, and I don't know why you're getting so angry.
Well, you're being rude to me.
I'm not being rude to you.
Being very rude.
I'm sorry. I apologize if I was being rude. That's my bad. I'm a little high. I might have said something rude on accident. It's all love. But I do think that all of your arguments so far are fucking bizarre. And they make me think that you're like a low-level trainee as a Russian operative. Like you're like stage 1 and they like send you to training on TikTok.
I am not a Russian operative.
But isn't that exactly what a Russian operative would say?
Look, you know what? I am angry.
I hear you.
A bit of a break. I will rejoin in a little bit, okay?
Okay, I love you.
Okay.
Okay.
Stay
Have
safe,
a good night.
bro. Jesus fucking Christ. That's your fault, bro.
I loved that. I thought that was a great thing.
God damn it. Captain Maggie.
Bro.
Hey, friend.
Hey, what's going on? Bro, why?
You've been on here before, right?
Me?
You've been up here before, yeah.
I mean, you know me.
He comes up on my panel, Admir.
Admir, it's Director Homeless Security.
Oh, God. God damn it. All right, well, good luck.
Hey, no, I don't have long. I just picked up some food heading to my girlfriend's. I just wanted to ask, man, why y'all always got to bring up the alien sighting fucking guy on the couch dude to fucking represent the right, man? Like, come on, man.
I don't know. They just come up. That's who comes up. I think that it's difficult right now to be MAGA Republican and defend stuff. So I think most people don't really want to come up except for perhaps the Russian bot training program.
You know, I won't disagree with you there, but I have to ask you to call a strike both ways. I think it's pretty hard for anybody to defend the run-of-the-mill Republicans or Democrats at this point. You know?
Yeah, I don't like Democrat leadership, but I do think that there's only like one group of people in this country. Democrat leadership, but I do think of the Democratic Party. I think that the right wing is completely owned by Trump, who's clearly a crazy person, who's clearly lost his mind, and they're doing the world's dumbest policy because they're afraid of him. And then there's the Democrats who are mostly feckless, and then there's people like Bernie Sanders who's clearly lost. And then there's people like Bernie Sanders who are stuff like tax billionaires a little bit more and have health care and good education. And then
like I've never questioned, I would say 70% of Democrats are fairly rational, right? And I think, that number is probably similar with Republicans, right? But we all know the craziest 10% get the microphone. But I've never questioned the heart or the ideals of that 70% of Democrats. I've questioned the path and how do we do it, right? And, you talk about healthcare, Medicare for all. Well, I don't see Democrats talking about Medicare the last couple of days.
No, I agree. That's what I'm saying. I think those people are mostly feckless. I think that the only ones that are talking about healthcare are people like AOC, Bernie, even Mom Donnie now. You don't see Gavin Newsom talking about it. I agree with you. I think that it's a huge swing and a miss that every Democrat in Congress knows they're going to lose this vote, and there's not a goddamn thing they can do about it. So they should stop trying to win political points, and they should offer a pretty clear vision of an alternative. And honestly, I think everybody knows that Medicare for all is a win. I don't think that there's anybody who has ever had a long conversation about Medicare for all and how it actually works that comes out of the other side of that and goes, this isn't the way we should go. But unfortunately, there's a lot of ideologies in the way. And I do think that the fear mongering about socialism keeps the United States from being truly great. We should be the greatest country on earth. We're nowhere near it. We're bad at almost everything. We lock up a lot of our citizens, and we believe in miracles, and that's about what we're good at. Oh, and rich people. We have a ton of rich people, billionaires.
I've never talked with you personally. I know you're an intelligent person. You're very well spoken, and mostly you're very well researched. Would you disagree with me that I think you could you could pick whichever data you want and make the argument for both? Actually, though, because yes, while we are way behind in education versus just say the top 10 countries in the world. I don't even know if we're in the 10. I don't have the data.
We're not. We're in the 40s.
Healthcare,
40s,
imprisonment, this, that, and the other, right? But would you also disagree that a lot of people tend to fall upwards in this country? People who consider themselves poor in this country, most of them, it's because they don't have as big of a TV as their neighbor. But it's not that they don't know where dinner's coming from tonight. You know what I mean? While we do suck at a lot of things, we also kick ass in a lot of things too.
Yeah, I agree. There's elements of America where if you're poor in America, you could probably have less things. There's certainly people who could save money in their personal lives and put themselves in a better financial position. But there is no country that has wealth disparity like this outside of oligarchies. Only Russia, North Korea, it's going to be El Salvador, Venezuela now. Only really, really corrupt countries have this type of wealth disparity. And so we could, I think the main difference between Republicans and Democrats is Republicans generally look at the people who are getting something for free and they focus on that. And Democrats focus on why are there so many people that need something for free? Where can the money come from? And we look at what I think is just inhumane that Jeff Bezos can have that level of wealth while we have thousands of people sleeping on the street. That's just incredibly inhumane. We have enough money that we could house every person and feed every person and give every person internet, and we would be fine. And Jeff Bezos would still be remarkably rich. And we don't do it. And I just think we pretend that these are principles. We can't do that because it'll be bad. But every country that does that, their citizens are way happier.
Well, I don't disagree with the idea that the top earners could pay more and all that. I just don't think it's the solution to the problem. I'm sure I'm mobile, right? I'm mobile right now, and I can't pull stuff up, and I literally do have to go in about 3 minutes. I got some of the Lord's chicken.
Well, let me ask you a question. Let me put it in a simple way. We print money, and we also create wealth, which is on paper. So that's hard to track. But if we just talk about our monetary supply, the actual money that's flowing through banks and is flowing through the economy. If you look at the available money and the available wealth, most of the money that is circulating is coming through the middle class. Rich people don't circulate much money, but they accumulate all the wealth. And the only way for you and I to accumulate wealth is first it's going to be our house. It could be a business. Then over time, we can use whatever money we have to build up stocks. But the wealthiest among us, once you get to a certain level of wealth, it becomes far easier to accumulate more wealth, right? Once you have $1 million, you're probably going to be good. If you're not an idiot, you're probably going to be good. Once you have $10 million, It's pretty easy to get $20 million. Then it's pretty easy to get $100 million. These billionaires can gain $1 billion of wealth in a month. And you and I, like, we might never make $1 million in a year. That's just a bad system. By design, take out any ideology. By design, that's such a bad system.
While I don't disagree with what you're saying, I also fall into the category of, kind of like the way a parent would talk to their kid, like, hey, don't look at somebody's Instagram reel and compare yourself to them. That's their highlights, right? As in basically don't worry about others. While I agree with your numbers on the income disparity, right, the wealth disparity, would you disagree that, cause I'm not trying to downplay the genuine poverty we do have in America, but would you disagree that our 10 to 20th percentile of poor are doing better than 5 billion people on this planet? I mean, yes, there's a disparity, but the quality of life for the people just outside of our bottom 10%,
listen, I understand
is still fantastic.
So why shouldn't we be like, yes, of course, but just because we're doing better, why shouldn't we make our country better? Why should our country not be more equitable? That's not an argument against what I'm saying. That's an argument to allow this completely rigged system to continue. It doesn't matter. I don't care what happens in other countries. I want the best thing for the most amount of Americans. And it seems like every time we try and talk about what would be beneficial for the most amount of Americans, for some reason, there's this faction in our country that's like, be happy with what you've got. If you don't like it, leave. Why not just fix it? Why not just make the system better? The reason that the wealthy are so much wealthier than we are, the reason that wealth disparity has never been higher is because in 1982, like it or not, we introduced trickle-down economics, and the richest people in our country said, hey, look, government, we promise if you cut our taxes from 70% to 28%, it's going to free up so much money that we're going to invest in all of our people, and it will raise the wealth of everybody. And Ronald Reagan and the Republicans, and frankly, a lot of Democrats are like, you know what? That sounds good. This is America. We do freedom. And we're 45 years later, and not once has it been true. Since 1982 until this day, wealth disparity has done nothing but gone up. Pre-Reaganomics, pre-trickle-down economics, like 60% of the wealth was held by the middle class. Now it's like 30 or 40%. It's a failed experiment, and I don't think that we should have to constantly be like, well, it could be worse. Why can't we just make it better? Why do those... I think like a million seconds is like what, a few hours, maybe, or a few days, and a billion seconds is like 11,000 days. I don't think we recognize how much wealth has been accumulated by the tiny minority, and we're so close to never being able to undo that. And they're just going to have all the power. For God's sakes, they bought a vice president, and nobody even disputes it. Nobody even disputes that a billionaire bought a vice president. That's not good.
So, and I'd love to talk with you more. I guess where I stand is that it's not that I disagree with what you're saying so much as, these people are accumulating hordes and hordes of wealth, and it's not trickling down like it should. I don't believe in complete trickle down or complete trickle up economics. My only argument is you could jack the top 5 richest people in the fucking country, right? And down to zero. And how long will that fund our federal government and feed people?
See, this isn't what we're trying to do, though. This is a completely fraudulent argument. It's true that we don't have enough wealth right now to pay down the debt. How do you increase money? Like, in order to pay down the debt, we're going to have a bunch of years where we bring in more money than we spend. So we're going to have to cut spending, and we're going to have to increase taxes. The biggest group that can be taxed is the middle class. And the best way to get more tax revenue from the middle class is to make sure they make more money, because then they have to pay more in taxes and they spend more in the economy, which lifts other people up. This is just a completely... I used to be a Republican, and I promise I made this same argument that you're using right now all the time, that, oh, well, we better just keep it the same because we can't pay it down. That's not how you pay down debt. Not this amount of debt. You have to do it year over year, and it's going to take a very long time to pay down this debt. But the only way to increase tax revenue is that you have to incentivize the richest people in the country to pay employees more. And if they're not going to pay employees more, you have to tax them. So you give them a 70% tax rate, And the only way that they get any tax breaks is by paying employees more or giving them more benefits. And you incentivize them to do the right thing. And then they are free to make that choice. They can pay people more and pay more of their taxes to the government, or pay people less and pay more to the government, or they can pay their employees more. They'll be incentivized to pay their employees more. This is what built America, this type of tax structure, where the richest among us had a 70, 80, 90% top marginal tax rate. And what they did is they trickled that money, actually trickled it down and spread it across their workers. As soon as we got rid of that, wealth inequality exploded. It is really that black and white. And I think people try and make it too complicated. It's that black and white. Trickle-down economics is a failed theory. It has now been tried. It doesn't work. And as proof, look around the world. There's not another country in the world that is replicating this. And if you look at the countries that are catching us, China, India, Pakistan, they have a very high top marginal tax rate, and they invest into sectors. And they take government money, taxpayer money, they invest into sectors. And if you happen to be somebody that owns a company in that sector, yes, you can own that company, but the government owns some of it too, because they're investing taxpayer dollars into the economy. And so then that creates not only tax revenue, but revenue from profits when the company is profitable. India's doing it, Pakistan's doing it. Everybody's doing it the opposite of the United States. We are just so arrogant and we are so brainwashed that for some reason we're looking at 45 years of data from trickle-down economics, which is a massive failure, and saying, no, this time it'll work. We think this time it'll really work.
Well, and again, I'm going to get going. I really do want to talk to you about this more, and I don't mean this to be like some kind of jab, mic drop exit, but I do want to say I don't exactly think the quality of life standards in India and Pakistan are some kind of a beacon of hope that we should go and chase.
But do you think but would you say that the quality of life in India and Pakistan in the last 30 years has improved significantly?
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that.
Yeah,
but I would disagree
when they chose to do it this way, it has completely changed their countries. China's on track to be the world power, the world's like number one economy. They're catching us. They're beating us. If these things that they say socialism won't work, we got to figure out why it's working then, because we're getting caught. They're catching us really fast. I think 4 years ago, we made up like 20% of their economy, and now we make up like 12% of their economy. And they're more wealthy now than they were 4 years ago. And they have a bigger global footprint than they did 4 years ago. For some reason, this seems to work everywhere in the world, but somehow we're being convinced that it won't work here.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for having me up, Admir. I am going to.
Your number's still the same?
Yeah, man. Give me a holler, all right?
All right, man. You stay safe.
Good talking to you, brother.
Likewise. Hey, you guys all have a good night.
See you.
Stay safe. Zach.
How y'all doing?
Good, man. I can't remember. Well, I don't think I've ever spoken to you. But welcome up here, man. It's pretty much, you've heard what this is about.
Yeah,
as long
totally.
as you stay, as long as you stay cool, everybody stays cool, and it is what it is. Just
I'm cool. I think people get they get uncomfortable with my fluency in positions. This is not going to be your typical Republican, typical Democrat discussion. I think a lot of what RTP was saying about the ills of capitalism and income inequality in America are spot on, 100%. I'm someone who comes from, so I was born in Washington, D.C. My dad worked for Reagan, he worked for Bush, and I believed as a child in trickle-down economics. I fixed myself on that belief in my sort of late teens, early 20s. I'm 39 now. And I have a nuanced belief as to where we're going, but I will say I'm so firmly behind Donald Trump. I think that the left is getting it wrong. He's the guy that is finally coming to fight the system, and the system, as powerful as they are, have been able to cast him as, the same way that, the Gotham City politicians often cast Batman as like a threat, and would get the citizenry to believe that he was the greater threat, that like his unorthodox way of dealing with crime and all blah, 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 they're the dangerous ones. I think there's a lot to be said, but, Tulsi Gabbard was the only Democrat to talk about the military-industrial complex in 2016. RFK was the enemy number one of big pharma, big ag, big food. Elon Musk, when he built
Wait, can I ask a
Tesla-
question about Tulsi real quick?
Sure.
I agree with you. Like, when I was a Republican for a long time, and Tulsi was like the first Democrat I really liked. As soon as it came time, the first Democrat I really regime change war, they told Trump literally said, no, she's wrong, and didn't put her in the room. She wasn't even in the room making decisions. They didn't want to hear. They didn't want to hear from her. Yeah,
I think they've bungled Iran.
I understand. Yeah, I agree with you. I think they've bungled Iran because they don't listen to people like Tulsi Gabbard.
Well, I mean, I don't know what your viewpoint is. I think they should have regime changed. I think that, the Khomeini is the literal source of every ill in the Middle East at this point.
Okay, so you disagree. So you disagree with Tulsi Gabbard then?
I guess if she's against regime change on this, then yeah.
That was her whole shtick. She was against regime change.
I think that it is fair to look at, what the military-industrial complex has done over history, which has been like almost nothing but bad things. And this is the problem we have in Ukraine, which is that like Ukraine shouldn't have happened because NATO shouldn't have been at their door. And that was our fault. Because
no, it was Russia's fault. Russia invaded. It was nobody's fault but Russia.
No, that's just not true.
Why is Russia allowed to invade if they...
It's not that Russia's allowed to invade, but that if China was stockpiling weapons on Mexico, we would invade. Like, we would do that.
Wait, if China was stockpiling weapons in Mexico, we would invade?
We would invade Mexico because, like, we can't have our greatest, we wouldn't allow Russia to put... When
did we start stockpiling? Which weapons are you talking about specifically?
The whole point of...
No, not the whole point. I want to... hold on. What weapons are you talking about that we were stockpiling in Ukraine?
Well, they were about to join NATO, which makes them like a flashpoint for World War II.
Wait. You're just abandoning the claim that we were stockpiling weapons in Ukraine?
What I'm saying is that if China was intending to make like serious, like, was intending to put bases representing their military power at our door, we would not allow that.
We would go in and we would take a small part of Mexico if China was threatening to put bases in Mexico. That's what you're saying?
I'm saying a major power would never allow the greatest,
I mean, how far away is Cuba? Did we invade Cuba when Russia was...
No, but that was Trump was point. We almost launched nukes.
Hold on. Like 4 years ago when Trump was president, Russia brought submarines to Cuba.
Oh, listen, sending people off the coast.
Did we take part of Cuba? Did we respond by
taking...
Did we respond by invading part of Cuba and claiming it as our own?
All I'm saying is that when in 1991...
Not all I'm saying. Wait, hold on. I'm asking you, you are refusing to answer any questions, and it's bizarre. You said that we would do the same thing Russia did. We've had the opportunity to do the same thing Russia did multiple times, and we've never done it. And by the way, I don't even think you have... And by the way, I don't even think you have an argument that Ukraine was going to join NATO. The United States opposed that. The United States said no. Yes, there are countries that believe Ukraine should join NATO, but the United States is not one of them. The UK, I don't believe, is one of them.
So
they weren't going to join. So now Sweden can say we want to have Ukraine join NATO, and now Russia can go invade Ukraine?
First off, I'm not like defending Russia invading Ukraine in that I think there were other ways that could have been handled. But to act as if we took no part in the getting to that point, or as if, by the way, hold on, Russia has every right to believe, like, again, this idea that they are not like defending, but to act as if we took no part in the weird...
I think we're just as evil.
Exactly. And so this idea that, like, as we marched towards their doorstep...
We never marched towards their doorstep. You can't stop... Listen, I have to stop you when you keep saying... Listen, I have to stop you when you keep saying crazy shit. You said, we're stockpiling... If Mexico was stockpiling weapons from China... Wait, that didn't happen in Ukraine. You're like, well, metaphorically, as we had them to join the NATO, we said no. We were not marching towards their doorstep. We were siding with Russia, saying no. We have an agreement here. Ukraine's not joining NATO.
You have to go back to 91. You have to go back to the
Here's an we've okay. So the dissolution of the Soviet Union, where Ukraine agreed to give up their nuclear weapons and give them back to Russia, and in that agreement, we decided that the United States would act as a defender of Ukraine, specific and NATO, and we would say, hey, Russia, if you invade Ukraine or if you're aggressive towards Ukraine, you have to deal with us. And Russia said, fine, that's the agreement, but you can't put Ukraine in NATO. That was our basic agreement, and we kept our end of the agreement. Nobody, Ukraine's not in NATO, but Russia still invaded.
No, I mean, first off, the agreement was not an inch forward, not an inch to the like.
No, that wasn't. That was a quote from James Baker. There was no agreement of that.
But James Baker was our Secretary of what state at the time? He was the one like doing the deal. Like,
yeah, that's just a thing he said though. Like that wasn't our agreement.
1 second. Listen, all I'm saying, first off, all of this shit is just bullshit. It's just diplomacy and hotheads and narcissists and and
invaders and invaders.
And by the way, hold on. And also, and you and I would agree on this, it is the military-industrial complex underlying all of it. Every discussion, every contract, every idea, right, would have been bought and sold through the Pentagon.
Of course.
And so you have to recognize that you always have to assume that the Pentagon's getting theirs, that the military-industrial complex is getting theirs. And if you assume that at every point that we had an interaction with NATO, with Russia and with Ukraine, first off, it's totally viable for Russia and Putin to look at us and be like, yo, they have used us to start every war and unseat every dictator. They have used us as the
the U.S. has used Russia to unseat dictators.
Yeah, we use communism.
You're talking about like
threat of Russian expansion to literally unseat people all over the world to start coups.
And Russia does that. And Russia does that too. So again, we're comparing two things.
Of course.
But the one thing that both countries don't do, that only Russia does, this is why you keep leaving this part. This is the only important part in all of this. Is that Russia and Russia only invaded another country and annexed their land and called it themselves. Like we can go back and forth all day of like
we just got out
all
of
the
20
things.
Years in Iraq,
Excuse me. Thank you.
Who has invaded more
Excuse me. We can go back and forth all day long about the good, the bad things that Russia did, and if the United States did them too. But the one thing that we can delineate and say Russia is different is that they invaded Ukraine and are trying to keep that land for themselves.
Well, first off, I think it's fair to say that, especially when you look at how difficult it's been for them to fight Ukraine, that if I'm fucking Russia, I'm like, I'm not going to fight NATO at my doorstep. I'm going to fight NATO at the other side of Ukraine. Like if I have to fight
Nobody
NATO,
was fighting NATO. Nobody was
fighting NATO. I'm not fighting NATO on the current borders of Russia.
Nobody was fighting NATO.
Again, like that's a very naive thing to say. That's just a naive thing to say.
Who was fighting NATO? Who?
So no one's fighting NATO today, but that's sort of the essence of warfare, right? That
so
one day people aren't fighting, and the next day they maybe are fighting.
Russia said, someday we're going to fight NATO, and said, someday we're going to fight NATO. We might as well fucking invade Ukraine
That's
and get to Kyiv so that we can get closer to the border.
What do you think generals do all day? When
I don't know. I don't see what other generals are invading other countries and annexing their land.
All generals, literally,
what other generals are doing that?
Sit there and go,
Why aren't you answering that? Why aren't you answering that question? What other generals are invading other lands and annexing the land and calling it their own?
I don't know. Did we go to Iraq?
Wrong. Not have invaded it.
Got it. We don't have bases.
We should not have invaded. No, first of all, we have not annexed any part of Afghanistan or Iraq.
So we didn't do any oil things in Iraq.
Nobody said. Nobody. See this. Now you're being disingenuous. Now you're stuck in a. Yeah, because I'm asking you. A time that the United States invaded a country, annexed it, and now we're keeping it, and saying as part of the ceasefire, we get to keep this.
Hawaii, Texas.
Okay, great. Hawaii, Texas. When recently?
Oh, again, so your point is I want something that looks exactly like this other thing, or I won't accept it as
Not exactly, like even relatively close to the same thing.
good. So what I'm telling you is Iraq and Afghanistan are close enough because we don't need territory. We just need like oil. We need.
We're not in Afghanistan. We aren't in Afghanistan. We're not even there anymore, brother.
Imperialist warfare.
Brother, how can we annex a piece of, how can we annex
First off, I know you agree with me
when we're not there?
I know you agree with me on this. If
No, we
just
don't
talking
agree
about
on this.
So
We don't agree on this.
You don't agree that America went after Iraq for their oil.
No, we're talking. Jesus Christ, dude.
I'm sorry, do you not agree with that?
This is
I know
so
you
far.
agree with that.
Yeah, but it has nothing to do with this conversation. I don't want this conversation. And I don't want this conversation to be. And I don't want this conversation to be derailed.
Because you
We're
don't want to be
talking.
consistent about this.
No, because I said my claim is that we didn't annex a part of another country and then keep it and say as an agreement to our ceasefire we get to keep this land.
Okay.
We don't own oil fields. We don't own. No,
right.
Yeah, he is a bad guy. He's
I know
a really
you've
bad guy.
fallen for CIA like propaganda, dude.
Bro, do you know who Bill Browder is?
No,
That's CIA propaganda.
I don't know who he is.
Okay, does Vladimir Putin murder his political opponents?
Our current president had 2 assassination attempts while he was running.
And none of
for
those were
re-election.
linked to Joe Biden. So
Sure.
So good deflection there.
Sure.
So yeah, so he murders his political opponents. If you know anything about Bill Browder basically went over there, and everybody was all these oligarchs are so lazy that they didn't understand that these businesses that they had were significantly undervalued. So Bill Browder, an American British dual citizen, got access to their markets, and basically all these big companies in Russia were owned 50% by the government, 50% owned by the people, and he realized he could buy up these shares at really, really low prices because they were severely undervalued. And once he was early, so once everybody figured it out, he was making billions of dollars. So what did Russia do? They seized all of his shares. They just stole them from him, and they put out a red notice because they tried to kill, and they killed his lawyer. His lawyer's name was Sergei Magnitsky. If you Google Magnitsky Act here in the United States,
how do you intend to take billionaires' money?
Excuse me, I was telling us. See an act that was pushed through here by John McCain. It was bipartisan, but basically it said that Russia is such a horrible state actor that they're not allowed to put out red notices. They're one of the few countries we don't accept a red notice for. So if Russia puts out something that says, we need you guys to bring this person back to Russia, we don't do it because they just murder everybody who just murder.
That's just, first off, not true. Secondly, to act as
Excuse me, we don't have something called the Magnitsky Act that says we don't accept red notices from Russia?
First off,
red notices from Russia?
First off, I don't know what a red notice is. What's a red notice?
A red notice is, so Bill Browder, for example, Russia put out a red notice on Bill Browder. What that means is that if Bill Browder lands in the United States, because there's a red notice from Russia, that means we have to deport that person to Russia.
Well, they don't have an extradition treaty for us. That's why Snowden was it Snowden or who was over there? Somebody was over there.
Yeah, that was in response to Browder.
Oh, okay. Well, the point is that like
So they do something again. That's something that only they do. Who else does that?
Okay, we have been each other's number one enemies. What I'm telling you is that has all been a CIA, Russia plot, military-industrial complex on both sides.
What I just told you had nothing to do with the CIA or a Russian plot.
Chill out.
These are really cool. These are really cool phrases you're throwing at me.
Russia is not the bad guy.
The examples I'm giving you are not CIA disinformation. They're stories you know nothing about and don't have answers.
But hold on 1 second. Are you telling me
disinformation?
Are you telling me I couldn't find stories about people who have been unalived in America by American companies, government, etc.?
Of course not. I'm saying that you couldn't find me. But what I am saying is that you couldn't find me a story of an American president assassinating their opponent. You couldn't find me a story of an American president assassinating the lawyer of an investor because he exposed that your financial system was not only inept, but also corrupt. I'm giving you two very specific stories that you couldn't find an example of here in America, and you're playing whataboutism to stuff that's not even remotely the same.
Okay, so again, I just find it weird because first off, you were just telling me how you're going to take all the billionaires' money.
No, I
and then
didn't.
you're like,
No, I
look at
didn't.
Russia.
Wait,
these
no, I didn't.
billion guys, they
I
took
didn't
his
say I was
money.
going to take the billionaires' money either.
So
I said we were just going to. I just said we should have appropriate tax brackets.
I mean, listen, I agree.
Okay, so I wasn't saying that, was I?
By the way, you missed one of the ways.
I just want to know if you're. Or can you be good faith for 1
ways.
second? Did I say that we were going to take all their money?
You,
Come on,
again,
you got this, buddy. You got this, buddy. Be good faith for like 2 seconds.
You did say taxes, I believe.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
First off, I have an idea on that. I think we should require that all assets over $1 billion be put into a sovereign wealth fund, but that are totally withdrawable in specific elements. So, like, if you want to buy a fucking yacht, like, you can take it out. But while you're not using it, you don't get to collect the interest on it. We're collecting the interest on it.
It's not terrible,
right?
I mean, I would prefer. Yeah, I would just prefer that they be taxed much higher. But yeah,
I mean,
I do think that's
too.
something. That's some good socialism right there. That's similar to what China does.
Yeah, listen, it's that way. It's not. We're not taking their money, and we're not taking it for their future generations. We're just like, yo, while you're clearly not fucking using it, we're gonna fucking use it.
Yeah.
I think it's. I
could be talked into that.
Really think Donald Trump. You guys have to like relook at Donald Trump. He is the guy.
He just cut the tax. He just cut the corporate tax rate down 6%.
By the way, you have to remember that.
Come on, man. Come on. He's not gonna take their money.
First off, it is really important to remember that until everybody who is blue recognizes that this is a lifelong Democrat who we could work with, his only power base is going to come from the right. And while it comes from the right solely, he's going to continue to make wins for the right.
Where do you think he would give us, like, if we said, all right, we're going to work with you? Where's he going to work? What's he going to work with?
Kraft Heinz is replacing all their chemical dyes. Just doing it.
Yeah, and he also just said that vaccines cause autism. Like, just stop your cherry picking. That guy's a fucking psycho. That guy is an anti-science lunatic.
Dude, again, how are you going to simp for pharma right now?
I'm not. This is where I say you're disingenuous. I have legitimate criticisms of RFK. It's not RFK versus pharma. It's RFK versus reality. And RFK is wrong about almost everything.
Have you ever listened to him long form? I mean, like an hour long.
So much RFK
you're just
long
wrong.
form.
The man is one of the most.
Okay, does he believe vaccines cause autism?
I believe that. The fact the fact that we passed a literal law.
Does he believe that vaccines? Excuse me.
Why?
No, you keep answering questions that I'm not asking. I want to know. Does he believe the vaccines cause autism?
Yes, he probably.
Okay.
Does.
Is there any scientific evidence to back that up?
The reason there isn't is the problem.
No, he actually is citing a study now, and he says this is proof that that vaccines cause autism. It's been discredited. You can't replicate it. It's been entirely discredited. In fact, the author had to denounce the findings. The author of the study has denounced the findings, saying that my findings were incorrect. And RFK is out there still saying that vaccines cause autism, specifically the hepatitis B vaccine. There is no data to back that up. That's a crazy person.
Just give me 2 seconds. In 1986, I think, they passed the child vaccine, whatever harm. There's a thing, I can't remember the exact name. It made it illegal to sue vaccine makers. And the amount of vaccines that kids took the year before was like 7, and now it's like 17 in the first like couple weeks of life.
That's not what the national. Now you're lying. No, it isn't. The national.
17 in the first like couple weeks of life.
That's not what did injuries.
So why? Why is that the only medicine where it's like that?
What?
So why? Why is that the only medicine where it's like that? Medicine, if it kills you, you sue them.
That's what this is.
No. This is, you quietly do it in a non-public forum where you get quiet settlements.
No. So what it is it allows the vaccine manufacturers because one of the hard parts with vaccines is getting enough.
Is not killing enough.
Excuse me. Is that you oftentimes there are times 10 years later, and this is true with all medicine. You can find out about long-term side effects, but you don't know about those long-term side effects until later. And so what they did is they actually added a tax on the pharmaceutical companies, and it was funded, and they basically paid into this fund, and the fund is meant to pay out people with vaccine injuries. It was a way to make sure that we can have long-term studies, and that if somebody makes a mistake, they are guaranteed to be paid. It also protects consumers against the bankruptcy from pharmaceutical companies. It's a way to take care of American citizens. It was a good compromise. The whole point of that whole act was to make sure that we could still have vaccines. And there's a risk when you take a vaccine and it's only 3 years in. You don't know what the 10-year side effects are. You don't know what the 30-year side effects are. And as soon as we find out that one of these vaccines is causing injuries at an unacceptable rate, those vaccines are taken off the market. That's how medicine works. That's how all medicine works.
Listen, I'm not going to try to convince you because I know that you don't sound convinced yourself. So,
well, what you said is that the National Child Vaccine Injury Act made it illegal to sue vaccine companies, when what it really was is like a slush fund to protect people because we recognized that vaccines can injure people. And we had foresight. It was one of the few things that we got right. We had foresight, and so we set up this fund to take care of people. I don't trust the pharmaceutical companies either, which is why I think we should do universal health care. I think we should take out the massive profit motive for these pharmaceutical companies to lie to us. But that doesn't mean that I have to believe some kook like RFK. I can be anti-RFK and anti-Big Pharma. I can be both of those. I don't have to be a crazy person like RFK to oppose Big Pharma.
Okay, I'm just telling you that when you anger the pharma companies, the first thing they do is destroy your credibility.
Okay, but I didn't listen to the pharmaceutical companies.
One second. Your narrative that this Harvard-trained lawyer who cleaned up the Hudson River, whose father is Bobby Kennedy, whose uncle is John F. fucking Kennedy,
who was also a drug addict. Don't leave out the part where he was a
drug addict from 14.
Don't leave out the part where he was a dog shit student. Don't leave out the part where he's a dog shit student. He's a nepo baby, and he was a drug addict for decades. We only know who he is because he's a nepo baby. If he was not born into wealth, RFK would be a nobody. He was never heard of RFK.
He was one of the biggest environmental lawyers in the world. He sued Monsanto
because his family got him jobs.
No, dude, because
his family got him jobs.
He spent his entire life focused on cleaning up the environment.
Because his family got him jobs. Because his family got him jobs.
And then close personal friends came to him and they were like, hey, we're having these illnesses issue. Can you look into this for us? And he looked into it.
Dude, this is so fucking stupid. He was never a fucking icon. This is silly. Did you spit on it first?
He was gonna be Obama.
Did you spit on it first before you jacked him off for 10 minutes? I don't give a fuck what his intentions were. I believe RFK had good intentions. He's wrong all the fucking time.
Dude, I'm telling you, your narrative is from
It's not a narrative. The reason I think RFK is wrong is because I fact check what he says. You are the one with the narrative. You literally, as an argument to data that I'm giving you, you just told me a narrative about what a good guy RFK is and how he has such a big heart. And he went to Harvard and he cared about the river. You're literally spouting a narrative right now where I'm telling you that my opposition to RFK is the fact that every time he tells me something and I fact check him, he happens to be wrong. You are the narrative-driven ideologue here, not me. I'm fact checking him. I would love for him to be right. I would love to know that vaccines are actually the cause of all of these illnesses and America would be healthier. I would love it if that were true. But I don't trust him, so I keep fact checking him and he keeps being wrong.
Okay, but you do have to recognize that the system is a pretty powerful thing, right?
What?
Do you agree that the corporate system of control and influence that you and I both agree?
Please address the fact that he's wrong. All I want to hear is you defending him being right or wrong. I don't want to hear about Big Pharma or the machine or the narratives. Just make an argument. Please. Does vaccine, is there any evidence that vaccines cause autism? No. Does he believe they do? Yes. Why would I trust him?
Vaccines send tens of thousands of people to hospital every
There he
year.
go. There he goes again. There he goes again. Just
That's just
not
true.
answering the. Do vaccines cause autism?
I don't know whether vaccines. I'm not a
I
doctor.
do. I do. All the data says
You're
no.
a doctor.
All the data says no.
By the data, you mean the same sort of data when they said, doctors choose this cigarette? That was also data?
No, that's not data, dumbass. That's a marketing ploy.
Really? So there was no.
I'm looking at
medical
data. Do you
associations
understand that we have data
had
on this,
on
right?
cigarettes?
You understand we have data on this, right? Do you know what data is?
Have you ever looked into how much medical stuff is
Oh
false?
my God! All right, I don't want to talk to you anymore. You're so bad faith. It's unbelievable.
It's not bad.
Every time I ask you a question, you tell me another fucking narrative. You are the most narrative-driven person I've ever talked to. You are the most. You are the most indoctrinated, narrative-driven. Everything you've said tonight has been narrative, while accusing me of being narrative-driven. I'm trying to pin you down on just one specific subject, and you refuse to do it.
Okay, hold on.
I need you to answer this question. No, not how about this. I need you to answer this question.
Sure.
If you don't answer this question, then we've got to move on because I don't want to do this anymore.
Okay.
Is there any evidence that says vaccines cause autism? That said repeatable evidence.
I assume so.
But you don't know.
I assume that because there are pretty smart people who seem to believe that this thing, there must be some evidence.
And by very smart people, you mean who? Who believes that vaccines cause autism? Give me some names.
Again, do you think that RFK
Give me some names, please. Stop answering every fucking.
You want me to look it up?
You just said,
time.
yeah, stop answering every fucking. These very intelligent people must think this. Who? So far, I know RFK. I don't think he's having.
Head, 1 second.
Please answer my questions. I'm not engaging in anything. You're going to answer the question or we're dropping.
Do you know who is saying that they...
Thank you. Thank you.
I got deported.
God damn, these RFKers are crazy.
Hello.
Alrighty.
Goodbye, everybody. Who said hello? I don't see anybody up here. Is there somebody up here?
Oh, he just dropped.
Oh.
That was me, boys and girls. Hello.
Hold on, I was trying to bring it up. There was a PJ that was waiting for a long time. He's private, so no one could see him but me. So if PJ, if you're still here, you want to come up at least for opposition request, and I can bring you up. So, but then aluminum.
Just FYI, Bushmaster is messaging me, and he's saying that he's still blocked. Just FYI.
Then he's just
That's probably okay.
He's not blocked. I've looked at the entire block list. He's not in there.
Don't look at it again. Well, it's fine. It's fine. Maybe he's blocked.
Who was just speaking on vaccines?
Yeah, that was me. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
RTP.
Yeah, you kind of gotta love the,
I'm too elevated for this.
What happened? Where did you just kick him?
I think he was aborted.
Jamal.
Let's see. Dirty Vespi. You're following me. I don't know if, and you look like you're. So.
It's very.
Who is putting me on mute? Jen, is that you?
It wasn't me. Probably Amanda.
No, not me. Not me this time. I'm just deporting people. I'm like ice out here.
That's fucked up.
How many more times do you think he would have said hello if we didn't boot him?
I got so second time I was like, I'm done.
We might have been here for an hour.
Well, aluminum, if you're a vaccine supporter, then you're not opposition. So we're only looking for opposition.
I wonder where Jeff is. I messaged him He's
He's
He's probably
probably
taking a
playing with
bath. He's probably
skunks.
taking a bath in
Tomato
tomato
sauce.
paste or sauce, tomato something.
It's hot. Imagine Jeff in
Ew.
a tomato bath.
But, all right,
Picture it in your head,
Beautiful
Jeff.
big hair.
This is hell. This 100%. This is hell.
Wait, Jeff is live? Damn sneaky mother.
It's okay. It's all right. I mean, it's 8:40. I mean, it's been a good debate. Right? There's not anybody else in request that's opposition. I mean, we could wrap it up. Like, you know.
Do you want me to bring anybody?
I don't believe in wrapping up.
Raw dogging.
I'm morally
Yep.
opposed. Take that, Jeff.
100%. This is
Take
hell.
that.
So, yep, this is hell.
So you don't rap? Wow, okay.
Hey, dude.
Just like I'm talking Christmas presents. I'm not just bad at it. It's hard to get the corners.
Oh God, shower in olive oil. Fuck.
And whoever said that about you needed to get Admir back on food with olive oil.
No. I had my food. I'm happy. I had my crepes, Nutella, and right now I just ate one of those mini apples. Oh, and I got grapefruit, so I can't wait.
What you about to do with that
Cool.
grapefruit, Admir?
You know what I'm about to do.
Admir's gonna cut one hole in that thing.
No, you're done.
This isn't
Bye.
American.
Am I getting booted?
I want to keep you on your toes. So.
Oh man. Hold on. I'm gonna text Janae because I really want to see her feet.
What is wrong with you? All right,
I
you
just
know
shared
what?
it out to her. You're good.
Did you?
Were you
about to
here earlier when
text
she
her.
came in live and she was pissed off that like someone told her that we were talking about her and she hadn't been brought up once.
Amanda, you weren't here for that?
I don't know. I was in here.
She came in here. Well, she texted me
too much,
but I guess I missed it. And then she came in here.
Hold on, she has you blocked on TikTok, but you guys text each other?
She has my number.
That's toxic.
That's wild.
Very toxic there.
Got a bad relationship.
She has my number. I thought I was blocked on there too, so I got 3 text messages.
You guys Beetlejuiced it into existence.
Oh shit!
Right. There's
Hey Jeff,
there
you
it
look
is.
good. You've been working out. How you doing, man? Did you get skunked?
Okay.
Can we just have a moment, please?
Don't shush.
No, don't. Hey, listen, Jen is not in the mood, bro. Please.
I was just breaking down to the chat my whole life story. It's pretty epic. It's pretty epic. I hope someone clips it.
No.
Hey guys, don't gift me. They get triggered. Okay, I don't want to trigger anyone.
There he is. Hey Jeff. It's good to see you, man. Coming it up.
What's up, RTP?
All right, brother. I heard you've been going on night walks with skunks.
Yes, dude. You guys look at my profile. I got a lot of skunks on there. Thinking about petting one of these days, dude. Okay, yesterday I was walking around, right?
That's crazy. Do you recognize that's a crazy thing to do? Before you go with that story.
Oh, dude, no, not at all. Because here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, right? I was walking. People were like 10 o'clock. I was like, okay, people were starting to come out, right? Like the younger kids, they start to do whatever they're doing, right? And these 2 kids were like, I don't know how they were like hella young, whatever, maybe like 17 or 18. They were just sitting there talking, and the skunks, like 2 or 3 of them, were getting hella close to them, like open, right? And I walked by. I was leaving.
Him, bro.
That's right. That's a big dog takes big bites here.
I don't know who's gifting him. I want to know who's
They love me.
him.
That's right, big dog. And I might turn my camera
block him if I find out who gifted you, I'm blocking them.
I'm gonna meet you. I'm gonna kick you like I did last night, Admir.
Hey, kick me.
Dude, guys, I don't know if you guys heard Admir last night, dude. He was pissing me off, bro. I was like,
Man, he was just dogging me out the whole night, bro. He's like, Jeff just gets pissed on left and right, bro. I'm like, this guy's out of control, bro. And I was like, you know what? This is not his live. Like, what the hell? Anyway, I was leaving the park, right? And, dude, the skunks were right, like, they were, like, petting him. And then I, like, walked by. I wasn't really paying attention. The skunks, like, reared around and, like, damn near sprayed me, bro. I, like, freaked out. Kids were, like, laughing and shit. So they're, like, I guess they're, like, broken in skunks is what they're called or something. But, you know, I have that effect on skunks, I guess.
Bro.
I thought this was a guy that quit TikTok. Hey, Matt, when you think about it again and just don't think. Okay, but leave that up to the big dog, okay? That's all right with you. I appreciate that.
Trash is so bizarre. It's incomprehensible. It's crazy.
This guy with RTP used to go on the lives and you just start... Dude, if you have to ask crazy questions like that, I'm about to freaking start muting people, okay, bud? Trust me. I'm on my backup account with my other mod account, and I got my finger on the block button. Trust me on that one. This live will be down to like 100 people before you know it. All blocked.
You don't have mod powers.
That's what you think. Admir, you didn't tell her?
I didn't tell her.
Someone...
Listen, bro. Wait. Hold on. Let me be perfectly clear. Jeff, Jen runs this whole show. Please do not piss her off, okay? Please.
Well, I can't make any promises, but I'll do my best.
Yeah.
Well, I love Jen.
Jeff, don't piss somebody off. That'll happen. That's for sure gonna happen.
That'll be the day. Oh man.
So I think people do want to know the answer to the question.
No fucking way. Jeff's just out living his best life in under an hour.
Wait, who the hell just sent him another galaxy? You know what, Jesse?
Jesse knows what the deal is over here, and he's the sirens. He's about the skunks. He's like, this guy's living his best life right now. And I'm clearing ground, right? I've already walked like 2 miles tonight, and I bench press probably like a hell of weight. I don't even want to talk about it, but we can if you guys want. I mean,
psycho.
Whatever you guys want to talk about is fine. Anything that results in talking about me, I'm okay with. Okay, so you guys know.
No. Jeff, how many push-ups can you do?
1-arm push-ups, no-arm push-ups, or 2-arm push-ups.
I want to know no arm, please.
Well, that's called a COCK push-up. We'll talk about that later.
That's just Jeff walking with the skunk, stopping and humping the ground for a while.
Did he just really say that?
Can you sit,
Jeff's
dude?
down at Venice
Bro,
Beach.
You know what, Jesse? I'm muting Jesse.
No, someone mod him quickly.
He is already mod, but you know what, Jesse? I'm muting him. You know
That's
what?
a damn good thing.
I don't even have muting powers. That's some bullshit.
Dude, you can't be trusted, bro. You cannot be trusted, my dude. Appreciate that, man. Guys, listen, I might turn my camera on too, and I'm looking. Let's just say,
don't turn on your goddamn camera.
You know what? If Admir puts me in the big bucks, you know what's gonna happen, guys. Guess what I'm wearing too, by the way. Guess in the chat what I'm wearing.
What is?
It's not much. Trust me.
It's for sure a tank top. It's 100% a tank top.
Nah, I'm wearing like a collared shirt, honestly. I just did all my laundry, so I'm not trying to get all the clean clothes dirty taking a walk. But you guys know I'm jacked and tan. You know that, right? Farmer's tan, but still, right? And obviously, the smartest, most intelligent person on TikTok. Does anybody disagree? Anybody in the chat? Anybody that wanted to come up and disagree with me? You guys can have your shot at the title. I'm getting, I only have a short amount of time. So if you guys want a piece of this, trust me, you better take as big bites as I do, because I'm going to eat you up faster than you ever.
Where are you going? You going to the moon or something?
Yeah, that's what it feels like some days,
Jesse, you need to spell jealous.
Jeulous.
You're not Jesse.
No, it's Jesse. Jesse's misspelling.
Jeff is the best golfer on TikTok. Damn it, Sully. Shouldn't have said that, bro. I'm gonna have to. I told you not to tell RTB that, dude. You know how he gets. Nah, dude, I went live golfing. It was really horrendous, bro. I was really embarrassed. But I only use the driver, as you know. I don't really see any point in the wedges or the putters. Like, that's for betas. You know what I mean? So I'm really going into my alpha arc.
Is this really happening?
Does anybody disagree in the chat? Let me know. Say something crazy in the chat. I dare you. Say something. I got you, bro.
Wait,
See,
hold on, I
solid.
wasn't paying attention. Did you say this is your alpha arc?
I did.
Jesus
This is my sober alpha comeback arc, baby. Little red. I'm gonna let that one slide. A little bizarre. Well, okay.
Well, listen, it's a lot bizarre. I don't know. Is that what you're upset that she only said it's a little bizarre?
Yeah, that's true. Nothing me is like little, right? My brain huge.
Oh my god.
My arms massive. Like my intellect, like deep as space, right? You could like look into my eyes, and you would be like, it'd be like a shot into space. You know?
See the big dipper if we look in your eyes.
Whoa, chill, RTP, chill.
You said nothing was. It wouldn't be the Little Dipper. You said nothing was small.
Well, that's true. You know what's small is my resolve to not prove that Democrats are typically wrong about everything. That's might be the only thing that might be small. Guys, I know.
Are you back on the Trump train? Where are you at now these days?
Oh yes. Thank you. You guys are the best. Oh no, Trump train? No, dude. I'm on the America train, bro. We should all hop on.
What does that mean?
Like RTP, come on over, bro.
Yes, Tom.
Livemere. I'll talk to you later.
The train seems to have too many skunks.
Livemere was like, bro, you guys, what you guys do to him, man? He's like sort of like a version of me. But like the opposite, right? Like you went from Alpha Jeff. maybe yeah, that would definitely be a thing I don't like doing. Especially after I got my new earpiece. You guys know it's nice, right? My voice is. Let's say it, guys. Say it. It's sultry. I know. It's sultry.
New earpiece.
It's deep, guys. It's baritone. I know. I was in a band once. So I'm
gonna ask the question. So you've shifted back to your profile says that you're back on the MAGA side. Is that right?
No, it just says I'm the smartest person on TikTok. I believe that's what it says. It might say some other really.
It says U.S. Army vet currently being a decorated combat vet triggers the Democrats. Odd.
Oh yeah, I went on a live. So I went on live 2 nights ago, and they brought someone up that just went absolutely ham. And basically proved by calling these stolen valor that they were actually the ones that were stolen valor. It was really hilarious. It's pretty ironic, but yeah. So I just updated it. You know, I didn't want to be too overly confident in my bio, so I just left it at that. You know, do you guys think if
a rare
guys, check out my bio, by the way.
Jeffrey thought I better be humble.
Guys, by the way, if you click my story and you go through the quick story, you will see my giant tricep with a sawzall. I want you to know that. And I squeeze the trigger too. I do want you to know. It's sawzall, by the way. That's, guys, for you don't know, it's an electric saw. Chill. I know what you guys were thinking when I said squeeze the TRIGGER. Guys, see how good I'm spelling tonight too? Like, alpha sober comeback arc. Thoughts? Feelings?
How are we all feeling about this? Your spelling is better.
Dude, everything's better, bro. And when I say everything, go ahead.
You're getting that firm now, huh?
Nah, dude, I'm deadly.
Now, are you officially back, or are you just no?
Hey, well, bro, if you have to ask, then just mute yourself for like 5 minutes, please.
Okay.
Next question. Can I? So why is Trump doing good by America, Jeff?
Yeah, we're supposed to have this thing, Jeff, for my birthday, and
Yeah, we're doing it, bro. It's Thursday.
All right, that's fine.
Dude, I could, bro. You know, my battery's at 61%. You know that means I got like hours left in me. And that's the battery on my phone.
We're only gonna go like another probably 5-10 minutes. So you can run that around however many.
Hey, well, 5 or 10 minutes with me is like a lifetime. Trust me, that's all I need.
We're gonna put a finger in it. We'll speed things up for you here, Jeff.
Whoa. You guys know I can't handle all the innuendo. Okay, I'm very sensitive. My soul is tender, right? But my arms are strong, and it's like a bear hug. Some would say. Yes, I need to. Guys, if the views start going down, I'm gonna get pissed. Like, I'm gonna take that person. Oh man, you guys are really triggering me tonight, I'll tell you. Holy shit, guys! You know I'm around.
The birthdays that really matter are Amanda's and mine, because we're Leos, so ours are the ones that matter the most. So.
Okay, I'm not gonna.
You have the same birthday? Is that what you said?
Our birthdays are very close in days. Yes.
Oh, okay.
We're almost birthday twins.
Do you have the same astrological sign?
Yep.
Why are you guys getting all deep into shit right now?
Leo.
You know what? You know I'm all about that philosophical game. You know, we could talk star
Jeff,
signs, baby.
We're talking about something else right now. We're talking about Leo stuff. So
The best. You're right, Jen.
but yes, we're both Leos.
God.
Jay.
We're a day apart, right, Jen?
I think so. Yeah.
Jen's like 30 years older, though.
We're like 1 day apart.
Bye.
I mean, you and I are 10 almost 20. Okay. Oh, deported. Jen deported him.
Yep.
Oh,
So
wow.
this is a fun date night. So we'll see you guys all next week.
Wow. I told you guys, don't piss her
That was
off.
worth
She's
it.
already,
It was worth it, honestly. It was.
She's
Throw
already
it back
on
in queue, Jen.
What?
no.
Well, you guys can have your 4 minutes left.
That's crazy.
Well, thanks.
When you come back, like when you drop off or when you get dropped, there's like that delay. So I get to hear how quickly you dropped me. I didn't even get through goodbye. That was quick.
No, I dropped myself because I realized I was muted and talking to myself for a solid minute, and I was like, that was the best conversation I've ever had, honestly.
You were not muted for more than 4 seconds.
Oh, really? I was like, good guys, because when no one's hearing me, I hear myself, and I think it's even better, honestly. I'm like, that was really good. Like, I mean, I felt bad for you guys. You didn't get to hear it.
No, we heard all of it. You weren't ever muted.
Oh, okay.
You were cooking, Jeff.
I think you're capping, bro. I'm calling cap on that one. I'm calling Kaepernick on that one.
I don't remember you being quiet.
No,
maybe.
that's never been a thing.
You guys give me the 5,000 so they know I got more points than RTP. Let's make that happen, all right?
I can't believe this audience is going to let that happen. How's this audience?
Where'd he go?
I don't know, but how's this audience going to
know.
let Jeff outpoint Jen? That's crazy. That's disrespectful, honestly.
Hold on, he's at 4.17 and Jen is
No,
only
look at Jen there, 219.
Well, listen, it's Jesse. They gave him like 4, whatever galaxies and shit.
Are you guys? I'll tell you what. Camera comes on real quick. How fast you guys want to see the camera come? I'll do it right now because I'm looking real good tonight. And if it's not 100% guarantee, your money back. I guarantee you. I'm looking really spicy. I mean, put me on the big screen real quick. Just
I can't. Listen, bro. You think that like this is my life where I have a control?
You guys, let me give you hey, buddy. I'm talking. Thank you, guys. Let's give the people a little treat here, okay? Let's just give the people what they want, guys. Come on, get your boy to 5,000. We'll call it a night. We'll call it a day. We all know who the big dog is. It takes the biggest bites. Let's just do it. Let's make it happen, okay? Love you guys. Appreciate you. Yeah, now I'm getting triggered. I'm getting real triggered, guys. If you don't step it up, if I leave this live with less coins than anybody, you know what's going to happen. Trust me. I'm going to absolutely go nuclear.
Jeff's going to eat a skunk live on his stream.
I'm going to eat a skunk's ass live.
Oh my God. Wait, look at Jen. She's coming up 3 points. Jeff is at
guys, I mean, you know, it's understandable. Jen is all right, you know.
Jeff.
No, guys, I do appreciate the love, though. You guys are fantastic.
No, Jeff. She has more.
Jeff.
Take that.
Yes.
Look at
Guys, give me above Jen. Guys, as soon as you get me above Jen, I'm gone. Watch. As soon as I get above Jen, I'm gone. Watch. Give me above her. Just give me 4.3. I'm gone. Watch. Hey, guys, just make come on.
You can't get above me when you're not in the box.
God damn.
I mean, just saying.
She did you dirty, Jeff.
I mean, you can't get above me when you're not in the box.
Oh, Jeff. She got you on that one, bro. She got you on that one.
Guys, got one more shot at this. You guys got one more shot at this. Like, really, like, and when I mean it, you guys, you know what I mean.
Jeff, I modded for you. You know I'm better at this than you.
Someone said I was about to forgive Jeff, but then he said nuclear. Said Genie Beanie. Stuff.
Guys, this is a sick game we're playing, guys, and I'm here for it. I'm like this.
What the fuck is going on here?
It's 9 o'clock. Time to go.
Oh my God.
Guys, don't ever forget the man, the myth, the legend. I call.
It's not.
This is fun. All right, well, then we're gonna wrap up the live. Talk to you guys all tomorrow.
Hey,
Bye.
I want an announcement real quick.
All right.
Britt, if you're here, I hope you have an outline for tomorrow. It's gonna be messy.
Oh wow!
All right, well,
just
so we'll be live on RTPs tomorrow. If I don't know if we're back on TikTok because he keeps saying dumb shit, so we might not be.
No, it told me today that we had 20 more hours, and that's when I tried to start the live. So we should be live on TikTok tomorrow morning.
All right.
For a little bit until
All right, until you mess it up.
And I've been on such good behavior off
You really
TikTok.
haven't,
That's
though.
Off TikTok. The last 2 days.
That doesn't count.
I know, but I was just saying I've been practicing. I didn't call anybody a little bitch. I did today on TikTok, but before that, I didn't call anybody that. That's pretty good.
Wow.
All right, so we might be back on TikTok tomorrow. It's at 9:30 to 1 Pacific time. If we're not on TikTok, we are on Twitch and YouTube. Links are in the bio. Amanda goes live at nighttime too, I think, and Admir, he bounces around.
I just do this on Tuesdays and then Thursday because my birthday is Saturday and we're going up to Vegas. So Thursday I'll be live and that's it.
You're 8 p.m. Eastern, Amanda, when you're live?
Admir, I'd like to see a live stream of you at Bacchanal while you're in Vegas. Just do it.
You know, funny that you say that. We were,
Bacchanal is the Caesars buffet, if you guys don't know.
Yeah, and it's 100 and how much is it? 100.
I don't think it's that much. I don't know if it's that much. Is it that much?
Yeah, it's last time I was up there was like $80. No, is it
that much?
Yeah,
it's less than 100. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying that was 2 years ago when that was the last time that I went. If you really want to have a good buffet, go up to New York. I think they have one of the top ones.
Yeah, I'll try next time I was there.
Yeah, New York really had good ones, and the one that really impressed me as well is God bless it, in Mesquite, the casino. God,
Eureka.
Eureka.
Yeah.
No. Eureka has a good one. Oh God, they have that prime rib and
Admir's gonna come again. We better get going.
Yes, all right. So we're gonna go back to RTP 9:30 to 1 Pacific time. Amanda goes live Monday, Wednesday, Friday 8 Eastern. If you guys want other lives, and Admir's just gonna eat food all the time.
Yeah.
So
Amanda, you going live or what are we doing?
On Tuesdays. Tuesdays I'm here. What do you mean? It's at midnight here.
It's church.
But every other day aside from Tuesday, yeah. I'm not going live 4th of July. I'll probably get nannered for being too.
Oh yeah, Jay, are we doing lives on 4th of July? We didn't talk about that yet.
What day of the week is that?
It's Friday.
Fuck.
How's that that's not a bad question. I don't know what today is. I don't know. I don't know. Let's talk about it, Jen. We'll figure it out.
All right, we'll figure it out.